Frank.
Game on, motherfucker.
Big Brother Gossip.
I'm a dirty little boy.
Stinky?
Don't know, but I need a hot shower. Can I use this?
I'm literally full of shit right now.
Yeah.
Huh?
You feel all right, though?
Yeah?
That's all that matters.
Dude, why is my boob chafing from this mic?
I am an aspiring mathematician.
And I got in trouble a lot for being too happy.
What
Big Brother Gossip.
I don't know how we got so lucky
Man,
to be in this house with this particular group of people.
I know, right?
You remember they come out and say, everybody wants in my HOH room?
We do that every time?
Every damn time.
Why?
No, I am a slow learner.
I'm a slow learner too.
I'm the secret nerd.
Hey, hate everyone. So they hate everyone. What a shitty cast.
Stop.
Why'd you put me in here with these people?
Pandora's box. What is that?
The fuck you don't know what Pandora's box is for, man?
Well, I know what. What is it?
What is it?
When you open, are we talking? How you don't know what a Pandora's box is? I know what a Pandora's
What are
box.
you doing here? Do you even go here?
Do you even go
to this school?
Someone complained that I giggled too much.
Shut up!
Fucking giggle monster over there.
I've got really strong pheromones. It's what makes me so irresistible to women.
If I was gay, I'd bone you.
Stuff your fucking pickle.
You're so gross.
Big Brother Gossip.
Well, I'm just gonna ask. Are we live right now?
Yeah.
This game, I'm kind of over it at this point.
It's good for America. It's good for America.
Maybe you should just move to Cali and become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Big Brother Gossip.
Don't ever say that. You can call me a dick, an asshole. Don't ever call me a douche. Dave's a slut.
What are you doing, finger popping people's butt?
This game is literally like being in high school. A really bitchy, awful high school.
Big Brother Gossip.
It is the Big Brother Gossip Show, the show where the hosts do not pee in hot tubs. I'm Scott Hudson, one of your hosts, and I am joined by a woman who has topped the charts in 45 countries. She just signed a contract for Def Jam Records. It is the one, the only, the beautiful and hot Lil Lala.
Little Lala in the house, bitches. What? Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great. We're all on our second, third, maybe fourth drinks by now. This could be a little fun tonight.
Could be.
And we also have the other guy. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Scott. Anyways, moving right along.
We have so much to talk about tonight. So much fun. For a season that I wrote off completely not too long ago, I am now thoroughly entertained. I don't know about you guys. You agree with that?
For this week, you bet.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we begin with everything, we have to push Patreon. Patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. We after this week's bonus show, Day Drinking with Scott and Colette, we actually went up a little bit. Yay! So everybody, thank you. And special thanks to our executive producers, Jeremy Shoemaker and Allison Hargroves. And by the way, if you really did like the Lil Lala rap last week, there is a certain level on our Patreon site that will get a ringtone of that track. The dopest hit ever.
Oh my God, I might make that my ringtone. I might have to. I'm not even at that level, but you're giving it to me, by the way. There we go. Yeah.
I think everybody will want it. So yes, go to patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. And as always, we have our Big Brother Gossip mailbag. That is one of the rewards that you get on our Patreon site. And because we don't have a million hours, there's a couple that didn't make the cut. Just resubmit them, and next week we'll get to them. But we do have 4 to go through tonight. And we're going to start off with our good friend Anthony Blaylock, who asks, which current or former house guest do you think you are most like? And Colette has to pick someone besides Amanda. So, Colette, let's start with you.
Anthony, you bitch. You can't give me an ultimatum like that. I thought long and hard about this, as I do all of Anthony's questions, and honestly, I can't think of anyone that I'm like, I can't. I was tempted for like a scotch of a second to say maybe Brittany, but I never would have gotten myself caught up in an all-male alliance thinking they'd take me to the end. So yeah, no, Anthony, I cannot abide by your rules. I am like nobody in Big Brother.
I thought about this for quite a while myself. I can't think of anybody. None of them have any traits that are similar to me. Maybe that's why I like watching the show. Sorry, that's a cop-out, Anthony, but it's the honest to God truth. So, Mike, save us from this.
Well, I have answered this question before, I think, from time to time in various places. I've said, I suppose in some ways I'm kind of like Ian, kind of like Steve, and then I'm wrapped up in the minutia of the show.
You're not that nerdy.
No.
Well, I kind of like.
You deal with us. You can't be that nerdy.
Yeah, well, I'm not. So all right, who am I like, guys? Anybody?
No.
There you go. I'm not like anybody either.
Well, that's fair enough.
Sorry, Ant. He says he understands.
The second question is from Ben Brody. And Ben, he writes these super long paragraph-ish
Yep, he does.
questions, and he doesn't. You could tell he spends a lot of time thinking about this. But the question itself is actually pretty simple, and so
yes.
Ben, my hat's off to you for
we read your question, Ben.
Yeah.
We did.
So his question is: after years of unsolicited comments about how she looks on eviction night, Julie has had it. On live television, after Paulie commented on how good Julie looked that night, Julie cussed him out. She even followed up by calling Paulie's brother a, quote, fucking pussy, which I would love that to happen. In the aftermath, CBS has decided that it was time to decommission the Chenbot and look for a new host. After your other brilliant decisions as executive producer, CBS has requested for this decision to be made only by us. We try reaching out to Kathy Griffin, but unfortunately she's booked through the next year and cannot accept. Who would you choose? A former house guest? A celebrity? Yourself? Oh, and Jeff keeps calling and you keep hanging up on him, but he's not getting the hint. I love that. Mike, let's go to you first on that.
All right. I picked Sonia Kruger. There you go. Here's my answer.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Sonia Kruger is the host of Big Brother Australia.
Yes. The hostess of Big Brother Australia. I like her the best of the hostess that I've on the shows I've watched, so I pick her.
There you go. Colette?
Mike, you bitch! Oh! Okay, well, I said, first off, I would never choose Kathy Griffin because 10 years ago, maybe she was relevant, but not anymore.
Yeah.
I said I'd like to see someone with Big Brother experience. Perhaps one Miss Davina McCall.
Oh, you bitch!
Or one Miss Sonia Kruger.
God.
I said, in case you don't know, Davina was the amazing longtime host of BBUK before that awful, wretched Emma came on. I fucking hate her. And Sonia Kruger hosted Big Brother Australia. Both are amazing for different reasons, and I'd love to see either of them back helming this crazy show that we all love.
Oh, you bitch. I was going to do Davina. Because for what...
How funny is that? That none of us picked, like, celebrities. I mean, we all picked overseas former. Yep. That's really weird.
And Davina isn't hosting BBUK anymore, so she's got the time.
Well, no, I think she hosts other shows over there.
Oh, does she?
Not like she's not doing shit. Yeah, no, she went on to like bigger and better shows. But
outside of that, I was going to suggest maybe a comedian. You want someone that has a bit of an edge after Milquetoast Julie.
You know, what's his name? That's one of the brothers. One of the brothers that's doing the match game.
I have no idea who does match game.
It's one of the Baldwin brothers. He's a bit snarky. I watched him on Match Game. He's a bit snarky.
Daniel?
Yeah, Daniel was a bit snarky. He might give people a little bit of guff. I'm just throwing that out there.
I was thinking a little higher than a Baldwin, but
hey.
That's just me. Okay, third question is from Karen McKinnon. If CBS were to do a celebrity Big Brother and pretending that anyone they asked would accept, who would you love to see cast? And when I read that question, I remember that Colette and I last year were bombarded with tweets from this guy who thought it would be a great idea for Taylor Swift to go in the house under disguise because no one would figure out it was her.
We were?
Yes, yeah, you got rid of him quicker than I did, but he was a pain in the ass. I think again the comedian angle. At least half the cast would have to be comedians because they're not afraid to dish it out, and they wouldn't need 3 hours of makeup before every TV, live TV. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Nobody that I like would ever do it, but we want people that would create drama.
But see, that's the thing. It says anyone that you asked would accept.
Yeah, but
yeah,
who would create drama that you really, really would want as a celebrity? And so that's why I would probably put a few comedians in. I can't get any more specific than that.
Yep.
Colette?
I would like to see an all-comedian season of...
Oh, my God!
Oh, my God! That's so
all right, we've been doing this together.
Only working comedians allowed. The first season of Last Comic Standing was so amazing that I think adding the element of Big Brother comps and nominations would only increase the awesome factor. I'd pick Anthony Jeselnik.
Yes.
My life. Natasha Leggero, Jim Norton, Amy Schumer, Louis C.K., Jen Kirkman, Sebastian Maniscalco. Perhaps, I picked Jen Kirkman, because apparently Louis, didn't he masturbate in front of her? Heather McDonald, Hannibal Buress, Jeff Ross, etc. I actually don't care who would be on the cast, just as long as they were working comedians and there was an even mix of men and women. There would definitely be hookups because comedy world is pretty incestuous. And
yes.
Diary rooms would be amazing, and the house would always be exciting and fun to watch.
We're so alike.
That's really weird.
All right, Mike, break the tie here.
I can't break the tie. You forgot Rich Voss in your list of comedians because I was remembering the first season of Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
Too, where he ironed his stuff on the ironing board.
Too?
Huh? The names I was coming with were all comedians, and the exact same comedians because Scott knows most of the ones you listed off are ones that I'm familiar with too. So, no, don't have any.
That is so funny. We think so much alike.
I threw out my governor. I threw out my current governor as a just watch a total lump in the middle of a room, and everyone would pick on him. But you do know who my governor is right now, right?
No.
Well, he's kind of running for vice president.
Oh, Trump's running mate. Okay.
Yeah. He would be a total bore, but that would show people what a total bore he is. So, anyways, don't want to get into politics. So let's move along.
All right. Final question for the evening from Evan.
That's really weird, though. I need to dwell on the fact that how weird is that out of all the celebrities in the world, all three of us chose comedian. That's pretty fucking amazing.
I think it's pretty cool, and it's a pretty good idea too.
Yes,
obviously.
Yeah.
All right, number 4 from Evan Brett Manning. You're now the executive producer of Big Brother. We keep being given this gig. I love it. Considering your knowledge in technology and media and being big fans of Big Brother, what ways could you make the Big Brother viewing experience that much better? And what about the Big Brother viewing experience bothers you the most? All right, I'll go first on this. Give us flashback on Roku. That would
okay. Yeah.
And what bothers me the most, obviously, is when they go to Jeff Fish.
Yep.
That's all I could think about, really.
All right,
Mike.
Well, I think Evan knows we've kind of talked about this in a bit in the past, so I'm kind of falling back on standard answers before. Something to make it better. I mentioned at the beginning of the season, I want to see the virtual reality cameras, 360, and we can put on our headsets. In the middle of the safari room, you could just sit there and just turn your head around, and everybody be around you. I think it'd be really cool. It'd be fun to play around with. What's driving me the most or bothering me the most? Just the level of I want to say, you know what's bothering the most right now is damn James holding that door open. It's just bothering me because it just shows how they're letting him get away with crap they shouldn't let him get away with. And those of you that know me know it just pisses me off every time James holds that door open so they can see the outside world. That letting him do that means they're letting him do other things.
Yes, they want to hear the cheers.
Yes.
All right, Colette.
I said that I would have a separate camera feed strictly devoted to the diary room. I want
Oh,
an
That's
uncut,
cool.
unfiltered look at what goes on in there. Big Brother as an entity needs to be less of a friend of the house guests and more of a taskmaster, like in the
Right.
UK. Also, it's a good way for us to keep production in check and prevent them from manipulating the game as much as they do. As far as what bothers me the most, fire Jeff Schroeder.
yes.
Plain and simple.
Yes.
Get rid of him.
That is a great idea. Diary room cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. I forgot. I have a little button that I can push now whenever I want.
Fuck you.
You're probably going to hear this a lot tonight.
Fuck you.
I saw that clip. Now I understand.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw it in our clips. I was like, where does this go?
It goes in the sound effects.
There you go.
I hope can people in the chat room hear the Paulie part? Because I can hear "fuck you" in the
Yeah,
chat.
I mean that's why we're actually not playing it on the show, because there's that picture that was floating around all week long of Natalie saying that, and then when I went to grab the clip, the Paulie part, even though I boosted it, is not really loud, but still,
Fuck you.
it's still beautiful. All right, well, let's get into what happened during the week, and usually we don't talk much at all about the pre-Thursday, but we got a lot because Thursday CBS did show a little bit how the target went from Bridget to Michelle.
Went from Michelle to
Zakia.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, the target went from Michelle to Zakia, and they showed that it was a couple girls talking, and then another girl talked, and then they added more and more people, and then finally James decided to do it for America, because he doesn't do anything unless it's for America, which drives me up the fucking wall. But there's a lot of things that happened after that they didn't touch on, and a lot of it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
So first we don't have audio of this, but first,
Right.
Natalie and Zakia got together in one of the bedrooms for one of those as a woman to another woman type conversations.
Right.
And she basically laid down how, Paulie doesn't really care about you. He uses you and blah, blah, blah.
He's saying bad things about you. You're too beautiful for him. You're so hot. Every guy in the house thinks you're beautiful. Da 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 da. Really want you to. I'll be here for you because Paul. What she was doing was they already knew Zakia was going, and they actually were setting her up. So in case she came back in, she would in theory come back to them and not go back to Paulie. There was a second reason for doing.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
Okay. Yes. It was gameplay in addition to her actually being honest about how Paulie's been about her.
Well, of course, Zakia then ran upstairs to tell Paulie what Natalie said.
It was just so much shit. I was like, oh, okay.
Literally everything I told you that she was going to say.
Yeah,
literally everything that James said to me.
Yeah.
Literally everything that she was guilty of, tried to put it on me.
Yeah, like all like what? And yeah, she was like, just know like you're disposable, whatever. Like like he's playing the game, whatever, and you're playing this game for him, and all this other extra shit. And she was like, and you think that that he was looking out for you, whatever, this last HOH, whatever. Like he purposely waited for you to drop or whatever. He dropped him right after you or whatever. That way, like you wouldn't like put him up, which I would never do. So I was just like, okay. And she was like, he just knew that if I won or if Victor won, that we would never put him up, whatever. And that's the reason why he waited right after you had dropped out, whatever, to like come down or something like that. And she was like, I purposely asked him, in front of you, whatever, like, oh, like would you guys like getting married or something like that?
Because she knows how I feel about marriage and that it's a serious thing.
I know that. I was just like, I don't know. She was just like...
But she clearly got to you, so it worked. It did.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go say something to her.
No, sit down. I'm not...
Okay, what else did she say?
No, it wasn't that. It was just, she really was trying to make me feel like you weren't, much of anything. And then I got sad because I'm just like, I really wish I could just talk to my mom. And that's why I was crying. Not like that. It wasn't like I don't trust Paulie no more. It's not like that at all. Like, it's not.
You
like
realize that if I had anything to do with getting you up there, you'd be going home. Like if that was actually true. Like I wouldn't take any chances.
Wait, that's supposed to make me feel good or make me feel?
That final line was, that was supposed to make me feel good?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Oh, this button is going to get a lot of use tonight.
He just the
arrogance just spills out of that mouth.
But what really, we saw Natalie talk to Zakiya and get her up. She's crying. She loves it, and then she ran back, and she was back in the fold with Paulie not an hour later. It's like, are you kidding me?
Well, and as we find out later, something else may have happened that night.
Well,
she's weak. She's weak. She's pathetic. This conversation just angers me.
This went on a lot. You have to understand. This went on for like.
Oh yeah. Well, let's be honest. Paulie has talked nonstop since Wednesday night. He has not taken a breath.
No, somebody is there. He's talking to somebody.
Yes.
He talked to himself in the mirror
Since
for a while.
I woke up this morning. Yeah. And since the feed's turned off for POV, the guy's been talking. And I wake up early. I probably got up at 6 a.m. this morning. I left the house, went to the gym, showered, cooked some salmon, did all this. He's still talking. He's still talking. The guy never stopped talking. Never stopped talking. Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna, oh God, we are going to get to this later. But yeah, he won't shut up.
Yeah. And so this whole night, he's now just seething about Natalie. How dare Natalie get involved with his woman? Yeah. And so, there was this very, very long rant. This is a long clip, but there was nothing on it that I wanted to get rid of.
Like, what is Natalie all of a sudden a fucking needy 5-year-old? Need you to tuck her in all the fucking time, bro. Like, come on. She gave you information. She knows you're fucking pissed at her. Now she's gonna try and fucking play it so that you give her fucking more attention and she'll try to fucking wrap you in more. Like, if you want the blueprint on Jersey Girls, bro, I got it.
I know how girls are, man. I've been there. I just fucking.
Shut up, James.
I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah, but you talking like there's girls, and then there's like the Jersey Girls who are like, it's like, the minor leagues and then major leagues type shit.
I'm messing with a major league.
You're messing with a major league.
Wow.
If you think you got girls figured out, you watch it.
No. I don't say I gotta figure it out, but
especially a fucking North Jersey one. That's fucking basically a New Yorker.
Yeah.
You're dealing with fire, bro.
It's true.
She has literally said to me that she does not plan on settling down for a long time. Even with telling me that she would fucking date me, I would be the type of guy that she fucking marries.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there being like, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Like, what about Jan? Oh, we're just friends. Oh, okay. Like, oh, I'm sorry, like, because I've never met a New Jersey girl where I'm like, oh, I thought you were with this guy. Oh, no, that guy's just my friend. Like, we could totally, like, do something. Oh,
Bang.
okay. That's cool. I'm sure he won't think that way, but fuck it, right? You guys are just friends.
Right.
I know her friends, and I know her.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think she was so nervous in the beginning when I was like, Natalie, I know so much about you?
Yeah.
She's like, what do you know? I'm like, I know you. She doesn't know that she fucking knows me. But like, I know her fucking best friend and that group of friends, and I know what they're all fucking about. All of them.
Hustling and grinding.
I know what they're all about. She wants to say she's got a code. She has one code with her friends. Her one friend dates a guy just because he buys her new Louboutins every fucking month. Her fucking best friend that went on The Amazing Race literally did it to try and get followers, to try and fucking do whatever. Does not give a fuck. She's worked parties for me. Like, gives 0 fucks.
Her best friend, come on, Christine?
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany, that's right.
James, your girl's a whore.
Yeah. By the way, any girls that have ever worked for Paulie, he really thinks highly of all of you.
Yeah. Paulie has been trying like crazy to turn James against Natalie.
Yeah.
His personal vendetta against her has him purposely trying to hurt James. And with everything that's happened over this last couple of days, he's still doing it. And he honestly thinks he can succeed in turning James against Natalie. Yeah, he does literally think he can make it happen. More on that later. But yeah, that whole conversation was, he's like, oh yeah, she's worked parties for me. Like she's an escort or she's a whore. That's how he was implying that.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And by the way, those Amazing Race girls have been tweeting up.
Oh yes.
Every skeleton in Paulie's closet is out there. Yes, he does know them, and they know him and all of his secrets and everybody he's cheated on and given rings to. And oh my God, they've been tweeting up a storm about him.
It's hilarious. It was. I followed them the other night just.
I haven't yet.
Oh my God!
I didn't follow them, but I did check their feeds just to see what they were saying. They've even gone on Facebook. They're doing
Yeah, this hasn't.
They're going in on Paulie.
This hasn't been a good week for him.
And they're like, "You hate Jersey girls? Then why did you give a ring to one? And then she gave it back to you." Yeah.
It's so funny.
Good stuff.
So James is sitting there, and this wasn't just during that. Paulie was going on. I mean, he was rambling, and it was an hour later that Natalie just happened to walk in the room.
Okay. Why are you?
I call it. It's a promise. There's a difference. You did enough. No, you're about as fake as the things on your chest. So, yeah, you can say you're honest, but we all know you're not.
That's fine.
And if you think that anybody's buying what you're selling, you're wrong.
Okay.
I could say the same about you.
It really doesn't matter what you think of me.
He loves that "you are as fake as your chest" line. He loves that line.
Yep. And that was the first shot fired.
Yes.
They had been circling each other. This is all Wednesday night, right?
Yes.
Wednesday night. This is Wednesday night, and this is actually it was like actually after midnight, so it was
it's the middle of the night, yes.
And they had been circling each other the whole time. That conversation between Zakiya and Nicole and Natalie happened like 4 hours earlier. So they just finally, or 5 hours earlier, they just finally engaged each other and started.
Mike, we haven't been looking at the outline as we're supposed to.
Okay, yes.
Because there is somebody that does need to chime in who wrote, even on the outline, for me to see right here, I got this.
In bright fuchsia pink.
Yes.
I wrote, I got this. That means at the end of the clip, you shut up and you let me get it.
Get it, baby.
Clip again. It's a short clip, isn't it?
No.
Play it again.
No, go for it.
It's okay. Okay. So, oh God, how did it end? I don't know. I hate both of you. Okay. What a stand-up, an honorable guy Paulie is. Natalie is literally the nicest, sweetest girl in the house, and he goes and says something like that to her because she didn't drop to her knees and do everything that Paulie wanted. Paulie Calafiore is a scumbag. For a man to insult a woman's looks or body to her face is probably the lowest, most cowardly thing someone can do. Paulie Calafiore, I will keep saying his fucking full name over and over again, is a scared, insecure man-child with a tiny penis who will never be as good-looking as his brother.
Ha! That deserves one of these.
Fuck you.
I apologize for not giving you that moment, but because it was worth waiting.
Okay, well, I got a couple more of those comments, so start paying attention.
Okay,
ready.
All right. Yeah, the question that comes to my mind, he kept going on and on about how she's kept her fake breasts a secret.
Yeah,
I've never read anywhere where any woman has to immediately disclose that they have purchased their breasts.
It was just a big point to them, or Paulie, probably more than anybody. If she couldn't admit that her breasts were fake, then she must be lying about other things. She can't be honest. And so he just was his rallying cry. And that's what he just tried to keep using that as a reason to not trust anything Natalie said, because she couldn't be honest about that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that was the logic in that little pea brain of Paulie's.
In other words, no logic.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now Natalie is fired up.
I didn't know she
I'm
was
not
in
about
there.
as fake as the things on my chest.
That should be your slogan.
That is.
I would embrace
That's
it.
gonna be, my doctor is going to love it. That's funny. He didn't get a care package. Maybe he'll get the next one, though. Maybe it'll be a piece of shit in a box.
Oh my god.
And you know what's awesome? My fake tits, I got them because I didn't have tits, and I bought them on my own. I worked fucking hard for these fuckers.
You fucking liar.
Yeah, no, I got it. I didn't want to tell America. I didn't want the world to know. But guess what? I did.
I've been asking you. I'm kidding. It's none of my business. I'm
I
joking.
worked so hard for these.
I'm proud of you.
I had
They're
nothing. And on top of that, the doctor gave me a discount. I got them for $2,000. So who else gets a boob job for $2,000? No one. And I went to one of the best doctors in the United States of America. So everyone can just bloge me.
Yes. Freaking speech of the century.
Matt, I love you, bro.
She did it for America, right?
Yes.
I love the bloge line. That was good. It's nice to see Natalie coming out of her shell finally.
Yes,
I like
I love this side of Natalie. I love her being mouthy like this. Speaking of being mouthy, Paulie and her have part 2 of their fight.
What's going on?
Nothing. Discussing everything.
Okay. What do you want to discuss?
Well, I mean, I don't know. People are coming up here, rallying behind something. I'm just in here sitting down. So you tell me. What would you like to discuss?
Just why you spoke to me like that. It wasn't very
spoke
nice.
to you like that? Okay. Why have you said half the things that you have said?
Because it's the truth.
Oh, it's the truth. Oh, it's the truth. So you have gone around this entire house being a certain way with every single guy in here. But you decide to single me out as if I'm making a pass at you.
You've actually been the only guy that's done those things to me.
Really? Okay, so if I'm a certain way with every single person in the house, make comments Nicole's way, Michelle's way, Bridget's way to a certain extent because she actually has a boyfriend outside of the house, but even when Frank was in the house, never said anything wrong about her being in a bed with another man. Okay. And you're going to be a certain way with every single person, and you're going to try and call me out.
What is the certain way that I am?
I don't know. When you were with this guy over here, did you not go around to him every single day and say, I really wish I was on a date with you. I really wish I was in a showmance with you.
I'm joking around. Of course I say things. But did I say that? Did I say those things to you?
Yeah.
Okay, all the time?
A couple times.
I told you that I liked you first, and I told you to your face in the Tokyo room, I was like, I liked you first, but then I ended up liking Victor right after. So I chose Victor. I did say that to you. I actually said that to you in the Tokyo room.
Okay.
But I did say that I liked you first.
The history of her crushes is probably not very helpful.
No, that's a problem there.
But still, again, it's Paulie calling her a whore.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
She's not the one who had unprotected sex 5 times in the house.
Yeah,
we haven't
exactly.
gotten to that part yet.
No, but it's still there's another whore in the house, and it's not Natalie. It's not necessarily. It could be a girl, could be a guy, but it's not Natalie. Natalie's the least whorish in the house.
Yeah, I mean, James even at one point said...
I got 2 whore names for you, and I'll call them out in a minute. It's not Natalie. He's such a condescending prick. He is such a... It's like, you didn't flirt with me. I'm like, oh, he's just talking to... He's such a fucking misogynistic pig, this guy.
He is. Yes,
he is.
So, okay, Bridget has been around for a lot of that. I think she was even in the room for this last one, but she was in the HOH for a lot of Paulie's bashing.
Yeah, because Paulie kind of grabbed onto her after Frank, because Frank said, work with Paulie, so she had been tight with Paulie.
Yeah, because Paulie does not yet know what's going on.
Right.
And so Bridget is not real happy with this line of conversation.
What's up, gangsters? What up? I'm crushing.
Game tomorrow during my speech, but I'm glad you did it tonight.
I'm crushing cookies.
If you think my game is blown up, you're out of your mind.
No, it's toast.
Oh, Bridge. The reason why I felt a certain way when you're doing that up there is because Frank literally was smacking Dave on his kid's ass and calling them sluts and whores.
I don't want to talk about Frank anymore.
And I was the one that had a conversation with him. So the word uncomfortable and disrespectful
Paulie,
really means
you
something.
don't have to convince me of anything. I'm upset that comments were made.
Get it.
I'm a feminist at heart, and I will defend women to no end. And
I get it.
that's not game. That's just me.
I get it.
That's all.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, the word disrespectful and uncomfortable get thrown around really loosely
Sure.
in the house.
I'm not denying it.
And that's just my thing.
I'm truly a feminist at heart. And when I see a woman getting, shit on, I'm gonna come to her defense.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
if she wants to try and shit,
then she can get shit too.
Polly, you have a perspective, and that's valid, and you're allowed to have your perspective, and she has her perspective, and that's valid, and she's allowed to have hers. I just felt that she needed an extra voice, because honestly, she couldn't get a word in. So I have no
qualms with you for having an opinion.
Okay.
I respect your opinion. I respect all points of view. That's my thing. But if there's an argument, you better have all your points on point.
Mm-hmm.
And if your points aren't lining up, then I'm gonna call you out for it.
Okay.
And that's it. I would do the same thing if we had a disagreement. Be like, all right, you want to have a disagreement? Go ahead.
Paulie, the master debater.
He's a baby. He is a baby. He's a big, spoiled baby who, when he doesn't get his way, he has to throw a tantrum, hurl insults about women being whores or how their bodies don't live up to his standards. Again, tiny baby penis.
So, before we go to the next clip, a little bit of kudos here to Bridget, because I think that's probably the last clip we have with Bridget.
Yeah, you're right.
I watched this. She held her own with him and would not get in a fight with him, and just kind of was like, just not. As many people have complained about Bridget for being a potty mouth and all this kind of stuff, in that argument, she was really level-headed. It was not the giggly, screamy girl. It was just like not talking about it, not doing it.
That's why it bugs Paulie so much.
You could not get her to react. And it
and
really.
So, if you're not convinced that Paulie is a douchebag, this clip may help. Listen carefully. It's not the best recording, but it needs to be heard.
She literally said to me and Victor last night, like, I'm a feminist. So, like, I was going to take a girl's side no matter what. So, I think she was lying and just playing all of us.
Yeah. It leaves a big question mark for me, for sure. Big question mark. So what were your intentions?
Yeah. Why were you hanging around us so much? And saying that you hate me.
Yeah, that's called bullshit.
Oh my god. I kind of want to go to her. I want to be like, so you support like points of views and like you support things just because it's like a girl. I was like, that'd be like me saying that I support views and stuff because somebody's white. Like, people would call me a racist. So, how's that okay?
She's gonna support it no matter what.
I mean, I lost all respect for her when she got in bed with Frank, so.
So, ladies, being a feminist is the same as being a racist. I would like to hear what Colette has to say about that.
No, I actually don't have a lot to say about it because I didn't understand what he was saying. I have no idea what he was talking about, and
He doesn't know what feminism means.
I don't understand the point he was trying to make. So yeah,
he was just saying feminism bad. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
That's why
feminism bad. Yeah, feminism bad. So I'm going to call everyone a whore.
I think part of the reason that Bridget went out, this is part of the reason, because Paulie said, well, you remember, she said she was a feminist. Oh my God.
He's such an idiot.
Paulie's a misogynist. Yes, 2 + 2 = 4. Works perfectly.
Okay, now it turns fun, though, because Michelle, as much as I am not a fan of Michelle, she's really upped her game in my book the last few days.
Yeah.
And Michelle, you talk about someone with no fucks given.
I'm glad that America doesn't have to see someone win $500,000 that's going to pick up random girls at a bar and spend $800 on them to leave them in Vegas.
You're right. They just saw a super fan that sucks at playing the game.
Hey, I don't care. I blew up your game. That's all that matters.
You blew nothing.
Well, I didn't, but
you did
you're
nothing.
not winning, so that's all that matters in my heart.
You could think that, Michelle, but...
You're not going to. I bet money on it.
Okay, how much? 500,000?
Sure.
You won't have it to know.
You won't either.
Somebody's upset. Ian will never like her.
Why haven't these women acted like this the entire season?
And this is why in the second eviction that we'll talk about later, Michelle was sure she was walking out of the house.
Oh,
So wait, where did the Vegas thing come from? Did Paulie tell a story?
He must have
Something
told a
about
story.
girls in Vegas? Because
Yes.
she's using it now against him. I missed
He
the-
bragged. He was bragging about girls. I don't remember exactly when this happened, but I remember reading about it on online Big Brother. He was bragging about his girls, and there was a girl that he took to Vegas. Ended up, and if I don't have this completely right, sorry, but
well, we'll be suing you then.
Yes, he went to Vegas, decided she wasn't the girl for him, and just left her and went back home. So yeah, classy guy.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so
she was probably a Jersey girl, though, Scott.
Well, yeah, Major League.
Yes. Yeah, Northeast.
She probably
whatever he
took one
said.
look at his penis and said, "Where is it?" And then he was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
Yeah. Okay, so the next clip actually has stereo imaging.
It's awesome. Put on your headphones.
Yes, because here's what was happening. Michelle was in the have-not room with James.
She was in the London room. I don't mean to be. I'm being technical. Oh, wasn't it?
No,
it doesn't matter.
Well,
Doesn't matter. She was in one room.
I thought it was the have-not room. It doesn't matter, but she was with.
James and Paul and Nicole
And
or
Natalie. No, not Nicole, but Natalie.
Natalie, yeah.
And in the other room was Nicole and Corey and Paulie.
Right.
And both of them, it was kind of funny listening to them both at once because they were both kind of bitching about the other.
Literally, immediately after this argument, they walked from the kitchen back to the two bedrooms, went in the two bedrooms, and then stood and told the exact same story.
Yes. But then they start communicating with each other. Now, if
Right.
I would have
They can hear
recorded one feed, I would have only gotten really that person. And so I recorded both feeds.
I'm sorry, are you crying now?
No, I'm literally laughing.
You'll be laughing straight to the jury house. Following your homegirl, Devon. Like her, then you.
Yeah, it's funny. You've manipulated everyone from freaking.
It's all right, Michelle, you're still going home at the end of the
You
day.
manipulated us into sending her home.
All your
Ray
strategy
wanted you
means
on.
nothing
You
'cause you're going home.
manipulated into sending her home, and now freaking Devon, and now me because I obviously want you out. And
I'm not
so
counting
you
your
made me
vote. I
target.
could care
Victor
less.
didn't. You did. This is your.
You mean nothing. If you come back with the round trip ticket, I'm sending you back out the door.
I can't hear you.
I know, because you don't like to hear the truth.
You have a girl voice.
Make
You
up another
scream
fake
like a
boyfriend.
girl.
And go TP your house.
Can't hear you.
That's a good one, though, to throw in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a badass.
Jealous child.
He's fucking scare me. He's so stupid.
You're fucking badass.
He like fights like a girl.
He fights like a girl.
I've got to give it up to Michelle. This whole scene brought me such joy. Meanwhile, Paul and James are in the same room as Michelle, and they are laughing their asses off.
Yes.
My favorite part, you sound like a girl. That was so, and you have to watch it on quad cam. Actually, because I missed it when it happened. I was like, oh my God, someone give me a time. Someone give me a time. And someone tweeted me
4:21.
and said, watch it on quad cam.
4:21 Thursday morning.
Yeah, Thursday morning, like 4:21 is roughly in there. Go a couple minutes back so you can catch the whole entry and all that.
God, it was great. Yeah, because 4:19 is when Michelle was yelling the story about
Right.
Vegas.
Yeah. They were out in the kitchen and then they walked back and just you watch it all. It's where it's only 10 minutes. Watch it all. Then Michelle went on for a whole nother hour talking. I can remember. I think Colette was like, "I'm still up watching. She's still going. She's still going."
Yeah, here's a little bit of that.
You just wanna blow some shit up before you go.
Yeah, because I know, my time's at school.
James, I don't really like you.
I know you hate me.
I thought this was a prostitution show. and you're supposed to pretend to like people.
Oh.
Do you guys think he's scared?
100%.
What?
Because if he wasn't, he wouldn't be feeding into it.
He did this fucking stupid, smile. Freaking Cheshire Cat, why don't ya?
Just whatever you do, don't talk about his haircut. He gets really mad about that.
Oh,
About his what?
His
at
hair.
least I'm not a Paul wannabe. I know Paul is fucking awesome, but the fact that you have to
freaking steal all his words
my God.
and cut your hair like him and try to grow a beard like him, you're not gonna be Paul, man. You'll never be as funny as Paul. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Dude.
You want to take all his words? Fine. You want to steal his haircut? Fine.
But you can't grow a beard.
But you can't grow a fucking beard.
Actually, if you say that tomorrow, I will literally suck my own dick on national television.
Oh, I'll fucking say it. Dude, I'm going to shit on him all day tomorrow. Literally just be this little bug in his ear.
I'm 5'4". You can't grow a beard. Neither can I.
James is just getting fucked.
I'm just getting shitted on.
Are you really? Do you not want me to say nothing?
No, keep going. I'm just playing.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Oh.
Where has this Michelle been all season long? I honestly didn't think she had it in her, but I'm thrilled I was wrong about that. She's proving to be quite entertaining.
You remember how a couple of weeks ago you said that when Michelle said that, or they were saying Michelle will try to get on every podcast, and we said everyone but ours?
Yeah, wait a minute.
I've changed my mind. She can come on our show.
It's rescinded. Well, if we're gonna be, listen to her voice.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know that I'm there,
Okay, well, she's on this. She's growing.
but I appreciate her contributions to tonight's show.
Exactly.
And I give her a lot of kudos, and I applaud her. I always give credit where credit is due, and Michelle is no doubt the star of tonight's show, and I have a lot more to say about her later. So
yes,
cool. You want to? Paulie had one other incident earlier in the week that we don't have audio of because for obvious reasons, but I alluded to it in the opening of my
you
show.
did.
So
I just have been. Everyone's like, "Are you going to talk about it?" There's really nothing to talk about. But for those of you that, for some reason, missed it, it was either Monday or Tuesday night. Paulie, just to add to the whole level of douchiness that we've been experiencing with Paulie, Paulie walks out into the backyard in his underoos or whatever the heck he's wearing, climbs into the hot tub and stands there talking with Paul, and literally a yellow cloud forms around his genitals.
Oh my
Because
god!
he just relieved himself in the hot tub, and didn't seem to give a care at all. James apparently, or not James, Paul apparently didn't notice, but most of us did, and CBS certainly had the camera right on him, and the camera was right on him. So yeah, just to share that with you. There's really nothing more. There's nothing to talk about it. It's just like for some people, that's really going to make a big difference to them as they're with their thoughts about Paulie.
Yeah, who wants to go sit and soak in Paulie's urine?
Yeah.
Well,
you're gonna come out pickled in hate and misogyny. That's what you're. Ugh.
So there you go.
All
That
right.
was a little bit I just wanted to throw in there. There, moving along.
Yeah, so that concludes late Wednesday night, and we have Thursday eviction. And when Thursday's eviction show came on, Julie even said, up until the last seconds before we went live, there's been a lot of controversy in the house.
Yeah.
Well, she had an interview with Entertainment Weekly the next day, and she said that Paulie and James were going round and round, and Paulie was dropping F-bombs like it was going out of fashion. James told Paulie the plan had changed, and he was using his power to cancel votes to keep Michelle and bounce the Kia.
Get it again, James.
Yes.
Stop it.
James was trying to be honest and didn't want to blindside him. Paulie was not happy, to say the least, but then it was a whole back and forth, and Paulie was trying to strong-arm James and or guilt him into going back to the original plan and bounce Michelle. James was nearly convinced, and we were all unsure how he was going to vote. Come on, why does he do that? He did that with Day, too. Shut your fucking mouth, James.
I never tweet house guests unless I like them and it's a compliment and I want to say something nice. But when James gets out, I'm going to be like, if you ever go back in the house again, never tell somebody they're going home.
Yeah.
That really
Stop
pisses me off.
Yeah, it's the worst thing ever.
He has ruined him and Frank, those two. They've ruined every eviction for us.
Yeah, we were all excited, and I could tell again, as soon as the camera went on the nominees, I saw Zakiya just sad. I saw that she was going.
It wasn't. It was more like deer in the headlights. Like, oh,
Well, that's her
shit
normal
type
look.
of a look. No, it was weird. It was a weird look. But yeah.
He wasn't comfortable, that's for sure.
Okay, well, we can go through what happened on Double Eviction Night real quickly. Because Lakia then was evicted.
Right.
Corey then won HOH by a complete guess.
2 questions.
Yeah, it was a question the more or less questions.
Yep.
I was so disappointed. And then he did win the clown shoe comp for POV.
Yep. Yep.
And so his nominations were Michelle and Bridget, and he kept them the same.
Right.
And Michelle, then we should have probably captured that audio. Michelle had the greatest speech calling out Nicole.
Calling her a snake.
Yes. She was so convinced that she was going.
I know.
And then Bridget was voted out.
That's good.
So we left the show.
Michelle had 3 costume changes that night. It was
Yes.
like she was Celine Dion or J-Lo. She had 3 costume changes.
And it wasn't the last dress wasn't
during
quite
the
on
show.
right. She's kind of pulling
It was
down while-
hilarious. Yeah. So when she was saved, again she started crying as she's known to do. But then Nicole, even before the credits were over, was already in her face, justifying her game. I loved it. One other thing, though, that we need to talk about. This was in the hour before the show started.
Yep.
We were all getting little tweets from people saying, hey, my schedule says there's going to be a Friday Big Brother next week.
Yep.
And I looked at mine, and mine didn't say it at the time. So I went to CBS.com, looked at their schedule.
Hey, are you purposely trying to sabotage me tonight?
No, what did I do wrong?
I'm looking at the outline. I want to talk about the extra Big Brother episode next Friday.
I was
and
just
what
giving
that
it the background.
He's setting you up for that. This is all a setup.
You know what? Take it away, Scott. It's all yours. You got it.
Stop.
No. It's yours. A lesson needs to be learned here. You got it. It's all you. Oh my God.
Okay, well, I looked. It was on the CBS schedule.
Scene.
And today it showed up on my schedule. Colette, what would you like to say?
I have nothing to say
Got
about
nothing to say, Scott. You've screwed it now. You're just in trouble. So.
All right.
I'll help you out a little here,
it.
Scott.
Can I want to warn you that coming up in the next clip, I wrote down "I got this" in pink fuchsia right next to it. Okay. I'm going to warn you in advance now. That's going to be in about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, as Thursday's show went off the air, Julie did announce that there is definitely a show next Friday. She
Yes.
gave no details for what's happening. I looked
Correct.
on the show description on my TiVo. It doesn't say anything yet.
Yes.
So, is it going to be another buyback thing?
I think that if someone doesn't get back in the house, that they'll do a buyback thing. I think what they're going to do is that they're going to do what they did when Victor came back, and they're going to cut the feeds next Thursday night, and the feeds won't come back till Friday night, and we'll see either Corey or either Paulie or Corey or whoever walk back in the house if they had the return trip, and they'll do a head of household then, or they'll have who is it? Davon, Zakia, Bridget, and then the person who just got voted out Thursday night do a buyback competition to get back in. And then we won't find out until Friday night after the show.
How would they fill an hour with that, though?
I don't know. Somebody else has speculated that there might be a jury house stuff. I don't know.
Or maybe we should be checking the following Sunday's schedule.
Yeah.
There could be a football game or something.
Could be, but then they'd have to squeeze everything into a... You think they could squeeze all that into a Thursday night / Friday? And I don't know. I didn't look. Could be.
They did it. They moved it to a Saturday once. I remember that because of football.
But that's a moving back instead of a move. I mean, that's tight. I don't know. Could be.
Oh, all right.
We'll find out.
So
we'll know next Saturday.
Because it was double eviction night. There was a couple hours after the show ends before they do the next HOH.
Yes.
And this is when it gets interesting because
Paulie
has some bragging to do.
Like, you heard me venting.
She made it seem
People
like
I
you
trusted.
didn't care and like
Zakiya made it seem like I didn't care?
yes.
That is unbelievable to me.
What happened? What's going on?
Like, I literally, every time that girl...
Zakiya was playing both sides.
She really? She played the hell out of me. She played the hell out of me, bro.
That's...
Fuck you.
She was saying that cuddling
Fuck
you
you.
last night was strategy.
She didn't say
Yeah,
that.
she's like, I have to force myself and have a fake smile or something like that. She's like, I had to fake it.
Really? Because we boned last night.
Really? Really?
You're boneless?
No.
Oh. I believe it. I always heard
That's
kissing
funny
noises.
because... Wait, hold on. Shh. Never mind. Let's drop that.
The guy you chose to save from the block wins POV, and he doesn't save you, and you go ahead and you sleep with him? What the fuck is wrong with you? I need to do a PSA. Ladies, if a man ever treats you like shit, goes back on his word, and generally doesn't care about you at all, don't give him sex. Don't reward him with your vagina. Have some self-respect. Your hot pocket is a gift, and we don't give gifts to people who treat us like shit.
Hot pocket.
And scene. That was good. This wasn't the only time he talked about it. There's two other times where he gives more details. I put the two times into one clip. They're about a half hour apart. You'll notice in the first part, the girls aren't really paying attention to what Paulie is saying. But Paul catches it.
And I don't think you're ready for this.
Z was painting me a picture that you weren't the greatest guy to her.
And you were,
so then
she was
when,
just a cuddle buddy.
Like, she
Really?
gave me a
Yeah,
picture
that's how she felt.
Like, literally 4 or 5 times. 3 times in
Like,
here.
I knew she
twice in there.
I knew she cared about you a lot. Like, I know she was
Proud of you.
Yeah.
But she
didn't
made
catch
it
on to
seem
that
like it
one.
I
was
did.
just torture having to cuddle you last night.
Pussy is a hell of a drug.
Oh, well, I know that firsthand. No. Scam.
Scam. Multiple times. Oh, no, you son of a bitch. Oh, man, I hate you.
Scam.
Did you,
Natalie,
cover the truth?
please go to the diary.
He shook his head no.
Cover
Why do wait? Why doesn't footage of this exist? Usually, when sex in the house happens, the footage is everywhere, and you can't avoid it. I personally,
I don't think
have
it
literally
happens.
seen nothing.
No.
I never saw them. I never saw them kiss.
Well,
Is
there's a
it-
picture. There's a picture of Zakiya climbing out of one of the bumper cars topless, but it didn't.
And-
Look like, no, I'm just saying.
I mean, is it possible? Is it
Yeah.
possible that Paulie is lying and exaggerating a little bit?
No.
We know he loves to impress other people, and I could totally see him lying about his sexual
Oh,
conquest.
I think.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not doubting that at some point they probably did have unprotected sex. Fine, but he's like, yeah, 4 or 5 times, da, 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 da. And
3
I feel
times
like,
here.
yeah, and I feel like that footage. People love to send me this shit. Trust, you don't understand the perverted tweets I get. People love to send me this footage. I have seen nothing. I've seen nothing. I haven't. Like people were sending me. I remember when Nicole and Corey, and people thought like Corey was fingering Nicole and all that. Yeah, I have seen nothing. I mean, you need to see some sort of grindage or something
I don't think. I don't think there's
of Paulie and Zakiya. If you have the footage, go ahead and send it to me. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere on any website. You know, I do research before these shows. I follow a lot of Big Brother sites. I haven't seen anything of this. So,
sorry.
Show it to me.
I think that one time in the Have Not room, they definitely did.
Okay, so that's one. So
yeah.
he's
I
saying
don't-
4 or 5 times, and then he's saying that was also like 2 weeks ago. So he's saying last night, which would be Wednesday night, that they did it again.
None of it
I'd
really
like to
matters.
see that Wednesday night footage.
But none of it really. I mean, if he did or did, why the hell is he talking about this? He knows how the feeds work. He knows. Why would he publicly say that? Why would he say that for her? If he had any feelings at all for her, why would he brag about that?
Because he's a little man child who likes to impress other people. And you heard how these goofy bros reacted, right?
Yeah.
Victor was jealous. Victor was actually pissed and jealous, right?
Yeah,
Victor was
yeah.
jealous, and Paul was like, "Oh shit, you did it! Whoa, what?" Like Paul was excited and cheering him on, and Victor was like, "God damn it!" Victor was mad it wasn't him. So the unfortunate thing were the girls, the whores, the other whores of the house were in the room to hear that. Yeah.
How does Paulie's sister deal with that, I wonder?
She's a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she must be a whore too.
He gave her an exemption when he was done.
Yeah, all Jersey girls are like that, Paulie. Yeah, no, I don't know his sister. I'm sure she's lovely, whatever. Yeah, no, it's just Paulie's the horrible Calafiore. That's all I know. He's awful.
And by the way, if you thought he had forgotten about Natalie, he hasn't.
I'm hyperventilating.
Well, hey, bro, at least we can say two things. At least now, two of us are getting thrashed on live TV about, women. I really don't care. My
cares,
brother and his boys are going to literally tear that girl apart. Tear her apart.
Fools beat her up after she...
No, socially. Friggin', you don't come after
Thanks,
one of your
Bridget.
own. Now where I'm from.
My boys are going to tear that girl apart.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So basically, Paulie here is assuming, or perhaps sending a message that Cody and his friends should annihilate Natalie online because she doesn't worship at the altar of Paulie. So just so you know, I took the liberty of checking Cody's Twitter, and
that's a good one.
He is tweeting profound, life-changing things, you guys, like living for the weekend! Exclamation point. Swimming in the Olympics is the best! Exclamation point. I'm stuck in traffic! Exclamation point. He has said nothing about his douchey brother. He rooted for Corey, actually, a bit, but no Paulie. Sorry, Paulie, not even your lame brother is coming to your defense. Sorry, buddy. You'll have to fight the girls all by yourself when you get out of the house.
Exactly. And by the way, my prediction that there might not be a Sunday episode, and that's why there's a Friday one, according to someone who tweeted us, her TV guide shows, I don't know if it's a he or she, their TV guide shows no Sunday show. It shows the debut of that new show, Rush Hour. Or I don't know if that's a new show, but Rush Hour is airing in the Big Brother time slot. So
maybe that's all it is.
Yeah. I hope so. I don't want another returnee, and I know that still could happen with the ticket thing, but it didn't seem right to me that they could do an hour on that.
Yeah.
So, okay. We move on to Nicole wants to make up with Michelle.
I'm not mad at you for calling me a snake.
I would be pissed, so.
But I'm not mad at... I didn't vote to evict you.
I know. I mean...
You literally tried to blow up my game and just make me look terrible before you left this house for no apparent reason.
I just wanted to warn people not to trust you because, I mean, clearly, Paulie wanted me gone, and I felt like I was, like, you're working with him. I thought I was working with you guys, and it felt like, you're with Paulie and Corey always, and it feels like they wanted me out. Do you get what I'm saying?
I absolutely get what you're saying, but I'm not a snake. Like, I stayed loyal to Z. I stayed, like, emotionally wanted to, after you did that to me, of course I wanted to vote you out at that point.
Yeah.
Strategically, whatever.
Right.
Like, it was hard for me to literally just take that and then not act on it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know I play emotionally.
And you threw away Bridget's cookies for how many months?
I know.
And I didn't tell her.
I didn't say anything about you.
That you threw away her cookies, or, like, no, but personally, Z told me things that you were, I don't know, that's why I want to talk to Natalie, because that's where it came from, so I just want to check the source.
Natalie never throws anyone under the bus. Like, that's what I've learned.
She told Z that I sat there and said such mean things about her, and I was like,
no.
Like, is mean things, like, strategic? Like, okay, well, strategically, which one is it better to keep for my game?
Right.
Like, yeah, I probably said Z could go home, and I don't care.
Right.
But that's not me talking bad about her. Literally, Natalie went up to her twice and said, me and Corey do nothing but talk crap about Z, and so I want to know specifics. What have I ever said?
She uses the word literally more than anyone in the world. She says it more than frickin' even.
God. Oh, I didn't know they were throwing away Brittany's cookies either, because that seems very important right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
In case you forgot, this is what Nicole really wants.
No.
Dude, send me gear baggage. Seriously. Michelle's gonna probably get it and I'm gonna be screwed.
I doubt Michelle gets it.
She's very entertaining.
She wants to know that America loves her.
She wants to be popular.
I hate her.
It's very important to be popular.
Exactly. So they finally have the HOH comp. It was before After Dark, right?
Yes, it was. It went the hour before. They had 2 hours of regular feeds, and then right at midnight Eastern time, feeds cut out, and we knew they were doing the head of household competition.
Do you? I didn't really follow much about it. It was obviously a quick one.
I don't know what it was about. Honestly, I haven't heard necessarily discussed it, but based on the have not reveal this morning, there was something related to squirrels or something, because they got, we'll talk about that in the have not thing, but it seemed to be squirrel related.
So
That's all
Victor,
I can tell you.
he wants to have 10 wins under his belt by the end of the season, as we learned last week. He's now another notch towards that goal.
Yep.
And so immediately, Nicole wants to talk to him.
What's up?
You're the one that wants to talk.
I know. I do. You know what you're doing?
No. I really don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So what's your pitch to me?
I'm afraid to talk to anyone because everyone's just like, oh.
Sit right there so I don't feel like
Oh no, I just want you to know that I thought that, think that we're cool, I guess, and that I'd appreciate it if you didn't put me up. Think I could be good for your game?
You think you can be good for my game? How so?
Why not? I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
You're not a target of mine, and I wouldn't put you up, double or...
I would be good for your game.
Sell it.
Oh God, she is petrified of going on the block. That's this bitch's biggest fear, and this is going to come up later.
Yeah. Victor wants some kind of info.
Oh yeah.
Nicole doesn't want to give it to him.
This is interrogation time.
But again, listen to her. Listen to her about her fear of going on the block.
Yes.
I don't want you to get nervous. I don't want your heart to start palpitating.
It is.
Just relax. All right? But you have information that I want, and I've heard it already. I'm not going to repeat it to you, but I just want you to tell me, because then that would be a confirmation.
Okay. You weren't going to say my name?
I'm not name dropping
Because
anybody.
I'm not trying to be a snake or anything. I'm very loyal.
I know you're very loyal, but you're also playing a game.
I know, Vic. Okay, what? I heard it. I was in this room. I think it was... So Dave was in here, too. It was me. I'm so scared, Vic. You promise you won't throw me under the bus?
I am 100% sure of who said it already. I just want you to confirm it for me.
Can you tell me and then I'll say yes or no?
That's not how this works. Most of this game, before I left, I was giving you information and you never gave me anything. So now it's your turn.
Okay. You won't put me up?
I won't put you up. Well, I can't really say that, so I will contemplate not putting you up.
Okay. So Dave said, what's the plan this week? And he said, B and V. Okay? And the person that said it feels so bad. Starts with the...
Don't toy with me, Nicole.
I'm so sorry.
Just tell me the name.
Okay, Well, the person that I heard him say B&B, is that who you're asking for the double?
Victor, going up on the block. Who said it?
Freaking A. So the person that's mouth actually came out of.
She finally did say James, right?
I was like, wait, what?
No.
It cut
on
off.
the edge of my seat there for a second.
Oh my God, freaking A, Scott.
Just tell me what you want to hear, and I'll tell you if it's right.
Nod your head or blink your eye. Oh God, Nicole.
What the frick? Bullcrap.
You talk about a person whose game has gotten worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
All right. Well, moving on. It did kind of appear Thursday night that the bros were all back together. I mean, I was making fun of the fact that when Corey won HOH, suddenly James and everybody was his best friends again.
Yeah.
So, Victor and Paul were hanging out with Corey most of the night, but, they're...
Well, what are they going to do? I mean, are they going to turn against him when the guy's got power in literally 15 seconds to put somebody up? No.
Well, true.
They said so before going. Can we take a quick step back? Before the actual head of household competition, at one point, because I tweeted a GIF of it, which you guys probably saw, of Victor and Paul Paul jumping back and forth in the storage room, and that was because they ran into the storage room and they said, "What are we going to do? We're going to go with whichever way the power goes." So picture you had Paulie, Nicole and Cody and Corey on one side of the house, and you had James and Michelle and Natalie on the other side, and those two were kind of in the middle. They're like, we're gonna go to the power. We're gonna just do that, and that's actually what they were doing. Victor was going like, if it goes this way, we're gonna go this way. This way, we're going this way, and that's why they were jumping back and forth. So now, come back from the feeds, and Victor has actually won ahead of households. Like, what the heck? What are they going to do now? Which way are they going to go? Because they got to pick a direction to go, and that's why we weren't sure what was going to happen, because we'd seen that whole bro thing going on.
Well, and they did do a good job of pretending for the next 18 hours.
Right. Yes, they did.
They were telling Paulie everything Paulie wanted to hear.
Right.
Okay, so here is one of their conversations, though, that night about what they want to do.
Dude, I really want our little fucking alliance thing to go down in history.
The sitting fucking ducks.
Dude, like...
Bro, I'm telling you.
Fucking been sneaking by, not knowing what's going on. And just being, keep them another...
That's why Paulie said, I'm like, bro, and I said we had to separate so people don't attach you and I together, but now they're attaching Corey and Paulie together. No one's questioning us. There's a reason why I fucking say shit. Your boy knows.
Yeah, so now they go up together. It's just like...
Because now what's the hot topic? Two people, once they're on the block, she will reel in closer to us, absolutely. Following week, I'll win, James will win, because James is, bro, he's good at winning shit.
I just don't want him to turn around and be like,
no.
Like, as soon as I put, my fear is, I put him up, right? And then James goes, it's like, oh shit, and then he goes to one of them, it's like, dude, I didn't know this was happening, X, Y, and the third. Mm-mm. And then so when one of them comes off the block, they both go for me.
No.
You know what I mean?
Bro, Natalie has James like this, and Natalie's, I'm telling you, if I didn't trust them 1,000,000%, there's no way I'd be doing this. But it's obvious they are gunning for us. It hasn't been said. James was in a 3-person alliance.
Yeah, I know.
Final 3, and he's like, bro, they're fucking full of shit. Anyway, people in this game love the underdogs, right? Like, that's who they vote for, that's who they root for.
Dude, I can only imagine what people are saying right now. Being evicted, battle back champ, come back in the house, link up with you, win 2 HOAs.
And I'm still here somehow.
Dude, I win 2 HOAs, I got 7 comp wins.
There it is!
Like, from 0 to fucking sitting ducks, bro.
Bro, friendship since the fucking start. Jose was right.
Dude, we just stuck it out the whole time. That's the only thing that we did that nobody else in this house did, is stay ride or die since day one.
Ride or die.
How nuts is it? Let's think back to like week 3 or something like that. How nuts is it that like Paulie and Victor are kind of running the house at this stage,
Paul
right?
and Victor.
Yeah, Paul and Victor.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's a complete reversal.
These are the last. I mean, we all thought Paul was the house buffoon, ready to go any minute. Victor madly hated, evicted, thought, oh yeah, he'll be back. They're going to get rid of him immediately. No. He keeps winning. He won't stop winning. This is sort of insane. I can easily see these two making it to at least Final Four.
Yeah, and we're rooting for him too right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought I would see that day.
No.
Well, I even said the other day on Twitter that if it wasn't for those awful scripted diary room things that Victor does, I probably would have liked him a lot sooner than I have.
Yeah.
See, I don't think that his are the most like I think Bridget's were super scripted. I think Natalie needs help with hers. See, Victor's diary rooms for some reason they never stuck out to me.
Oh, really?
But that's not. I mean, like I didn't like him. What was it last week where he was just furious with Natalie and going after Nat? Oh, when Natalie got the care package.
Because that was the goodbye message thing.
On and on about the whole. She said I was mean to women, and my mother saw that. Yeah, no, that I didn't. That side of Victor, I didn't like at all. But I actually grew to kind of like him right before he got evicted. I started to like him.
Right.
But then, and then I liked him when he came back. I was happy for him. I thought he's a strong competitor. Good, he earned it. And then, when he did that thing, when him and Paulie were really jealous of Natalie winning, and they were just doing that anti-woman thing. But I'm glad Victor's gotten over that now, and he's kind of gotten out of that bro hole, like a K-hole. He was stuck in the bro hole for a little bit, but now he's out of it.
Definitely. All right, well, that ends Thursday. We move on to Friday.
Yeah.
I don't really know what this next clip is. This is a Mike project. So
all right, it's only a Mike project because it's kind of like Paulie peeing in the hot tub. So early in the morning, Paulie goes into the bathroom, goes into the toilet, shuts the door. But he's in there for about 15 or 20 minutes. Actually, Natalie comes in and says, "Is someone in there?" He goes, "Yeah, someone's in here." And then you hear Big Brother come over this PA and say, "Paulie, stop that!" And Paulie emerges from the lavatory a brief few moments later, and leaves. And when
lavatory, are you a flight attendant?
The watcher closet, should I say that? Anyways. When Big Brother told him to stop that, Michelle was actually sitting in the bathroom doing her makeup, and she said, "Stop that!" And she kind of gingerly got down from the bench and kind of crept out of the room, like, I don't know what he's doing, but I don't think I want to be here when he walks out. And a few seconds later, Paulie comes out and goes back to bed. Then Michelle comes back in and opens up the door to try to figure out what's going on. And actually, in the interim, Natalie went in and out and never said a word. But Michelle goes in and opens the door, and this is her reaction when she opens the door.
I see this. He literally went to the bathroom, sat there, and stuck panty liners on the door the whole time. He has absolutely lost it. Fool has lost his mind. And look at all the wrappers. What a waste of feminine products. But I guess when you lose your mind, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So this is Paulie's raging misogyny once again at work. Not only was he wasting the women's sanitary products, but Natalie, and like Mike said, that she kind of went in and out. The whole time he was in there, she really had to go in and use the bathroom, and he was keeping it occupied. So I still don't understand why he was doing this in the first place. It made no sense, and the message that he was doing, like what was it? Tampons aren't toys, and I don't know what he was doing.
Are pads?
But is that a joke?
I don't get it.
I don't. I don't understand what that means. So you said that Natalie in the interim went in and out. I feel like the bitch just had to pee. Yeah. She just had to go. I feel like she was like. Oh,
this was a 20-minute.
Yeah,
you
that's
said it was
like
my
me
project.
in the middle of this show. I'm just like, I just gotta go. I just gotta go, and you just go, and then you run back out again.
Yeah,
I
Scott
feel
said it was a project. It really was. I had to watch it for like 20 minutes straight because I just wanted to catch Big Brother telling him to stop it, and I didn't know what else was going to happen. I wanted to see what Natalie did. And but there was a lot of times where just nothing, just staring at the bathroom door. But knowing that Paulie was in there opening up every feminine pad, peeling off stickers.
Why? He wants women to bleed all over the place. He wants them to not be protected. Again, Again, sabotaging women. This is what Paulie does.
Ugh.
He's not calling them a whore. He's making sure they are unprotected during their time of the month because he probably believes they should be in a red tent somewhere out in the desert and never spoken to at that time of the month. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Put them away in a corner. You can't talk to those women.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Then everybody was awakened. It was around 11:30 or so.
Yep.
And of course, that meant it was time for America's care package. And my worst nightmare.
Congratulations, Nicole. America has sent you the power of super safety. With this power, not only will you be safe from eviction this week, you'll be safe from everything. Thanks to a super safety costume.
Yeah. So
is that you guys? Is that? Do you think that's what she sounds like when she has an orgasm?
Oh God! Oh,
that's gross, right?
do you think she's ever had one?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, ew, ew, ew. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I need a shower now. Yuck.
So she got scrunchies, hair clips, bug spray. The bug spray is funny because this bitch, if she's sitting outside and there are flies around her, she'll spray bug spray in the air.
Yes, yes. Okay, now that makes sense because she was like, "Oh, this must be something about the snakes," and she was trying to equate it to mosquitoes and maybe snakes eat mosquitoes. But I remembered, you just reminded me. I made fun of her on Twitter. There was bug spray, and she was literally spraying it in the air so the bugs would go around her. I think it was Paul was like that. You know, that's not how that works.
So you know what? That's probably an inside production joke.
Yes.
But they know that.
Oh, yeah,
We would,
yeah.
Most people don't know that. So production, we got to pay attention to the next things that come out,
Yeah,
what they get.
that
'Cause
was
it's
pretty
probably
good.
A production joke, like, let's pick on the, All
Well,
right.
there is a little controversy about this care package, though, because as you heard her read,
right,
safe from everything.
Yep.
Well,
That'll come up later.
Yes. Should we wait and talk about it then?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yep. She mentions it later.
Oh wait.
What? Well,
I'm
what?
sorry. I had a rant here.
Well,
I want to know.
We haven't touched. We haven't. Your rant is after the next clip,
Wait, what? No, Nicole won the care package.
and
Right?
we have a clip about her becoming kind of a little bit.
No.
Go for it.
Nicole won the care package.
Go for it.
I want to know who the fuck voted for Nicole.
Oh,
exactly.
I'm hoping it was none of our listeners because I feel like our listeners are way too smart for that. So upon hearing this, I was initially infuriated. I was horrified. Oh God, I was mad. But now that I've calmed down, I have realized that it was probably literally the best thing that could have happened. Because while it's not fun watching Nicole gloat, she's also now unable to get other more important care packages, and that's all I really care about in the end.
Yes.
But still, I am pointing my finger at you, and I am sneering, and I am calling you evil names if you voted for Nicole.
Yes, this did not work out for her at all because she was not the target.
Nope.
Her boyfriend is now up on the block, as we'll get to in a bit.
Yep.
And it's a nothing prize. It really is. And she has to wear a dumb costume for the 45th time.
Yep.
But she was still gloating about it. She was walking by the room like where Michelle was and Natalie and would kind of make little comments as she walked by because she was the winner. And, here's her really being a little wench.
James hates that I got this. Oh, yeah. He hates it because, I know how James plays. James is playing for America, doing what he thinks is what America wants. And the fact that I got this makes him so mad because he thought he was picking, the side. If Michelle would have got this, he'd be so, happy. But the fact that I got it, his face was just
Clearly, you went against America's side.
Well, I don't even know if they have a side, but
I think they have a side.
I don't know.
Honestly.
But I'm just saying.
Honestly, I think America
I thought they would be mad at me yesterday for voting out. I just thought America would like Nietzsche. So I wasn't expecting it, but then she called me out and it's like, okay, but James is just not happy about it.
Well, honestly, last year for sticking by my girls. That's why I'm doing it again this year. It's like, bro, that makes you seem fake. Yeah. It's like America doesn't vote for the fakest player. Like, Donnie got it over Frankie and Zach, who were by far the most popular in terms of followers. I was like, he trashed the kitchen because that's what America wants to see. He does this because that's what America wants to see. It's like,
I love America. I am so grateful they gave me this. But I'm not gonna sit there and tiptoe and switch flip-flop sides because I think America wants me to be on their side. I'm playing my game. I'm being strategic. I'm being strategic.
When has she been strategic?
God.
Wait, is this a trick question?
No, and later, she even gloated in front of Natalie and Michelle and thanked America yet again, like right in front of them.
Yeah, I think that may be in a clip we have in a bit. I'm not. No, probably not. Yeah.
But by the way, the first 2 weeks went to Natalie and James.
Yes, that's right.
Let's not gloat too much. You're in third place, but who are we going to vote to win next week?
Yeah, okay, guys. So I need to push my care package agenda on all of you. Okay, everybody, all of the Big Brother Gossip Show listeners, let's band together and let's make this happen. Because last week, I feel like was a little bit of a clusterfuck because I myself voted for... I haven't voted at all until last week. And then last week, I voted Bridget all week. And then she went fucking home.
Oops.
So I only had like 1.5 days. I don't even think 1.5. I think it was 1 day that I could vote for Michelle. And I think that's why Nicole won, because I got a lot of tweets. Because I actually pushed Bridget a little bit on Twitter.
I saw Bridget more than anybody else.
And so everybody was kind of voting for Bridget, thinking that she was going to be safe. And so I have a feeling that that is actually the reason why Nicole won, because Bridget's votes were canceled out. So this week, we can actually make this happen. And I kind of can't believe I'm saying this, but I am, because I'm doing this for the greater good of the game, for the greater good of Big Brother, and for the greater good of the most important thing ever, which is drama.
And America.
That's all I care about.
And America.
You guys, everybody, vote every day, 20 times. As soon as the link is active, let's all vote for Michelle.
Okay.
To get the
I'm on it.
Care pack.
The whole chat room is on it. Everyone already. That's who everyone wants to vote. Yeah.
Yes. I am. Colette Lala is actually endorsing Michelle. Okay.
Who would have ever thought that would happen?
No. This is how much I care about this game. This is how much I care about drama, because it's co HOH next week, right? So even if she gets it with somebody that's good that we like, that's fine. That works out. But it's even better if she, if in the case that, let's say, Corey or Nicole or something gets it, that's even better. So and there's no chance that your votes will be wasted because she's not going home. Okay, there's Paulie's leaving. All right, or Corey. Whatever. Michelle's not going home.
Right.
Put your votes towards Michelle. Let's make it happen. We can do this as a group. We have accomplished these America's Vote things before as a Big Brother Gossip Show. We can do it again. All right, guys.
Let's make America strong again.
Are we a team?
Michelle.
We're a team.
We are a team. Vote team.
We are a team.
Vote Michelle.
Vote Michelle. And by the way,
fuck you.
Yeah. Because that's what it will be.
Yes.
Okay, well, back to the game. Now, as I said before, Paulie has been hanging around with Victor and Paul, and he thinks that
the bro code is
still in effect, and the girls are going to be going up. And so he's like working with Victor. He's got this great plan that he's actually going to interrupt the nomination ceremony. And so here he is with his plans.
Since it's at this point in time, I just want to reveal that, you guys all missed a very important part of my game when you tried blowing it up this past week. But Michelle, since you're into statistics, I wanted to go around the table. How many wins do you have, Paul? Corey, James, Vic? Oh, and I have 5. So yeah, that means that we actually make up the majority of the competition wins. And if you've noticed, after Frank left, the numbers of the girls have actually been dwindling, and that's because we have all been working together for a very long time. And when Victor was out of the house, we actually tried to get closer to you girls in order to make sure that if you did win HOHs, you would take shots at your other fellow girls. Sorry the Fatal Five didn't work out, but we're actually called the Executives. And Michelle, Paul and I actually said this name to you in the storage room so that you would go and tell all the girls this name so we could joke about it in front of you and laugh about it as we picked you off.
Who has an entire speech?
I literally woke up this morning and I was just like, you know what? I was like, she fucking came at me hard last week. I was like, she came at me hard last week.
She came at your neck last week. She came in with the savagery.
Well, I mean, it's just, she literally went to everybody and tried to say different things about me, not for if she stayed, but for when she left. And that's something where I'm just like, you had no idea about my game.
Speaking of people with no idea.
Picture
Paulie,
this. Picture
Paulie,
this.
You are not HOH.
He got
you
up.
Don't get to make a speech.
He practiced that in the mirror to himself first. Then he shows it to Victor. And yet there's absolutely... He's not going to be able to do this. Even if he was going to be able to do it, he's not going to...
He just really wants to save face on TV. Is what this is, because he knows making a speech during the nomination ceremony will definitely make it to the network show, and he needs to right that egregious wrong that Michelle did last week by embarrassing him on TV. How dare she do that to the great infallible Paulie Calafiore, right? But he literally can't handle a woman one-upping him in any way, shape, or form. That's what this is.
I just find it...
And also, one more thing, Scott, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a great shame that wasn't in rhyme.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
The funny thing to me is, that clip was 1:42, and Victor was only on the last few seconds.
Yeah.
He was going to give a 90-second speech on somebody else's HOH ceremony.
Well, we still don't know if he did. Maybe he actually did all that. We don't know.
No. Michelle would have talked about it.
Yeah, we would have heard all about it.
You're right.
Yeah, so
it would have been funny if he tried to do it, though, and then he turned the keys and goes, yeah, she's not up there.
So I had only been kind of watching off and on for that morning, and so I was kind of thinking that, maybe the bros were back together. But luckily I heard a little of this conversation.
We made it this far, now we just gotta pick off these three dickheads. We're sitting ducks are gonna be sitting pretty. Bro, if you think about it, if we successfully get rid of those three, we're in
think we can
final
do
five.
You think
James, Michelle, Natalie. Personally,
you think we can do a Final Four deal with James and Natalie?
Yeah, they already talked about getting Michelle out.
Okay, that's
but
good.
Here's the thing: if we do a Final Four thing with James and Nat, who do we take to the third spot?
Natalie,
right?
Yes! Yes!
Oh, Scott, there's a clip later on you're not going to like to hear.
But think about this. What does Nicole hate the most about her first season?
Victoria. Veronica. Wait. What?
Yeah, that Victoria
Yes.
made it to the finals. And there's no comparison between her and Natalie. We already established that last week.
Yes.
But Natalie making it to the final three would kick her ass just like Victoria
probably
did.
Any woman making it to the final before her. So.
Yeah, you're right.
I think if Michelle makes it to the final three ahead of her, she won't be happy at all either.
Okay, well, speaking of couples, Colette, do you want to introduce this one, or do you want to respond after we play it?
Yeah, no, I'll respond after.
Okay. Now, all season long, we've seen James and Natalie inseparable.
Yes. She
Virtually
gave him a kiss
inseparable.
after he went head of household.
He got one kiss. He hasn't seen her fake boobs yet.
No. He did undo her bra strap one night as kind of, I think, of a joke.
She's not a slut that sleeps around.
That's
without
right.
Condoms with the guy who hates her.
Yeah. So what does Natalie really think of James? I think this clip was kind of telling.
I'm gonna respect you, like your personal life, and like let's say you meet someone after, I respect that, you know, or like
I
whatever.
did not meet nobody. I'm just no. I
I'm
really.
not out looking for like that's not my motive. Like before the show, I was not. I didn't want a relationship. After the show, I definitely want to see my family. Like I definitely want to see my family and like you know get situated and like focus on my career. But like I do want you in my life. Like I want to get to know you. I want to see like where we can go from there. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how I feel.
Like I don't want to be unrealistic and be like, you know, it's gonna happen because you never know. You know.
Right. But I just want to let you know I do have strong feelings for you, though.
I know. I do too with you.
Like right in here.
I do too with you.
Like I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm trying to suppress a lot of it so it's not too overwhelming in this game, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be really sad when I roll my little rolly bag down the airport terminal and you roll yours down your way and yeah.
Come on. This was actually a very charming scene on James's part. He's very tight-lipped about pretty much everything in the house, whether it be game or his feelings for someone. So it was nice to see him finally come clean about his true feelings for Natalie. The problem, however, is that Natalie wasn't exactly reciprocating, which made me cringe watching at home. And I turned on the feeds. And I remember I just let them go. I was doing stuff around the house. Like normally if a scene is like too quiet or boring, I'll like switch to another camera. But this was just something I let go. And it turned out I was watching it as it happened when we were prepping for the show tonight. It wasn't on the outline. And I was like, wait a minute. I think I kind of want to talk about this because it's a little bit important. But yeah, so Natalie, so James is telling Natalie that finally that he does really, really like her. And she tells him that, you know, when they first get out of the house, at first she wants to spend some time with her family. And then she wants to spend some time with her friends. And then maybe she'll see where James fits in. But she wants him in her life somehow. Somehow she wants him there. She just doesn't know where. And he was saying that, you know, he actually said at one point, he's like, you know, I want to be sure to get your email and your phone number, you know, before they part ways. Ouch. And Natalie didn't really say anything. And then James said, oh, don't worry, I promise not to blow up your phone. Oh, God, I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for him. And you see, the funny thing is, I know I'm the one skeptical about all the showmances in the house. I know this. I have been like this all season long. I deny every romance. But Natalie has been growing on me. So I've been giving her the benefit of the doubt when it comes to James. I initially thought that she wanted a showmance for airtime and attention and to get on The Amazing Race, because she said herself that showmances get the most attention. She actually said that like early on in the season. So and that might explain why, and even we heard this clip earlier, why she was attracted to Victor at first, and then Corey at first, and then maybe Paulie. Like she kind of went through the guys and was like, oh fuck, there's no one left to be in a showmance left. I'll go with James. And I always suspected she did it because she wanted, because I mean think about it. Who are the people that have had the most longevity out of Big Brother players? Jeff and Jordan and Rachel and Brennan, right? They've done a million other shows off of this, you know, including like Marriage Boot Camp and Amazing Race, all that stuff. So Natalie kind of knows that's where the money lies. That's where the glory is. So I always kind of suspected that of her. But then I actually thought that maybe it was turning into something real. But here she's like, oh, we'll see. So first, you know, let me spend time with my family. It was just weird, and I didn't like it one bit. The least she can do is fake it while she's still in the house. I mean, you can't go and break James's heart now, right? Because he can still get rid of you at some point, Natalie.
Yeah.
I don't think he will because he's a nice guy, but I mean, again, he was loyal to his bros until they kind of figured out that his bros, including Corey and Paulie, turned against it. Then he even said there's like a huge fight that happened later. I don't think we have this in the clip, but there's a fight that lasts for like an hour that I actually watched this afternoon prepping for this show, where James said at one point, he's like, look, I actually don't go after anybody until they put my name in their mouth. Then I go after them. So I feel like, look, the field is wide open for James he can turn on you, Natalie. If you don't need to fall in love with him and get engaged to him after the show ends, but can't you just be like, yes, I want to spend some time. What's going to happen? One of you is going to go to jury first, or you're both going to end up in the final two, and you're going to be swept away in interviews, right? Right after the show ends. She can say whatever now. How many times have I been out at a bar? A guy asks me for my phone number. Yeah, I want to see it. And then I give him one number off. You give him one number off. Yeah, I do that. I've done that a million times. I give my phone number, and then the last digit I give it like one wrong number. Yeah, you could be nice to them just up until the end and be like, yeah, right, I'm not going to see you again. Natalie can do something like that, but I feel like you're still in the game. Bitch, you're still in the game. Everybody's starting to like you now. You are starting to play. You're starting to get respect. Don't blow it over something stupid like this. And luckily for her, James is, and it is very sweet. I do want to stress, because I hated James. I hated James for being so boring last season. He is growing on me in a big way. And I did think it was very sweet that he was finally kind of professing his, quote, love. It's not love, intense like for her. So yeah, don't break his heart now. If you've never even had a relationship in mind, he doesn't need to know that now.
There's also
just keep what you were doing.
There's also one other problem. James lives in Texas.
Yes.
And Natalie wants to move to LA to become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
What an easier way to get out of a relationship than geography. She doesn't have to do it sitting across from him on that fake boat dock in the bathroom where they're literally sitting 12 inches away from each other. Right? She's got the easiest out ever. They live 2,000 miles away from each other. Simple out, Natalie. Simple out.
So can I tell you what I've taken from that whole long thing?
Yeah.
Somewhere in America is some poor soul whose phone number is one number different from yours, who keeps getting text messages from guys every Sunday morning. Who the hell is this, and why does she keep giving out my number?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Sorry.
Okay, so we have nomination time, and it was Paulie and Corey.
Yes.
And apparently Michelle laughed during the nomination ceremony.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
Which really made Nicole mad, because her boyfriend was getting nominated.
Right. And this sent Paulie into overdrive. And this is when getting clips of Paulie became very, very hard. Because he has not stopped talking ever since.
Non-stop.
And this clip is just hilarious.
Yeah.
This is Paulie complaining to Victor and Paul that he didn't know they wanted Zakiya out.
Right.
Michelle won that OTEV comp, as much as anybody wants to say, by luck.
Yeah,
she had a pile, and she won by luck. No discredit to her, but she's not a good competitor at all. Zakiya has outlasted her in every comp that she's played. How in the right mind does it make sense to keep Zakiya over Michelle? The only way that I could fathom that is like, oh, well, Paulie will still have a vote in his hand. And that'll keep their alliance intact.
If you want to think that way, or you want to think that I'm not going to sit there and campaign against my girl.
Yeah, you don't have to campaign against your girl, but you wouldn't have to campaign against anyone.
If you guys wanted her out, all you had to do was say it. Come to an agreement. If it was 3 against 2, or it was 3 against 2 about it, majority wins. It was only one voice that I consistently heard, and you can honestly say that you were the one pushing.
Yes, and that is true.
But I do agree with, if you keep pushing something when there's odds against you, it does you shit your own hand.
But you kept pushing that conversation about Zakiya staying, not just as a group, individually to each one of us. What are we going to think? That we want to go against what everybody's thinking at that point?
But
No.
every time we met as a group and we put it out there, why did it?
We didn't
why was
always
there
meet
so
as a
much
group. It's a lot of one-on-one
indecision?
conversations.
But then how come when there was maybe 2 of us meeting, 3 of us meeting, it was always
I vocalized
we
it.
have
when we were sitting outside. Look, we were sitting outside. It was Corey
One
and
time.
Nicole, and it was me. And I was like, "Hey, we should
One
get."
time.
Okay.
How about
aside from
every
that.
time up there?
I talked to Corey and Nicole out there too about Zakia and Michelle. I came out there and did pros and cons, right? We had that conversation too. And I told y'all Zakia, right?
They spent hours on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize I just looked. It's like, all right, the next 6 clips take place over the first 35 minutes.
Oh,
after
because
the
it was just a
nomination.
beautiful period to watch.
And it was. So you may hear a little bit of repeating of similar things because I'm thinking I know Scott got the clip that we just listened to. I got a clip that we're going to hear in a few minutes where some of the same things is discussed. So forgive us, but it went on for hours.
Yeah.
And so there will be some repetition.
Well, I have this clip because I want to hear what Colette has to say about it.
Yeah, no.
Kia was programmed to not go after anybody.
I
as much
heard a lot otherwise. I really did.
All from the same girl that's put it in your head about 4 people.
I just feel like everything about James and I, dude.
Dude, she wanted me out. I never talked to that girl. There's no way that you could say that she didn't want me out. And it's easy.
I've heard
we
her
don't
say,
have her.
I've heard her say
to
that
come-
she wanted Victor out, but I never told anybody about that because I didn't. Think
She said that to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I swear to God, I've never told.
Bad ending there. Colette,
Okay, wait.
programmed?
Okay, I'm trying to find this on. Okay. Okay. Look, I couldn't stand Zakia, but Paulie is such a dick. Sure, Zakia couldn't think for herself, but she was like that way before she hooked up with Paulie. Zakia never really did anything on Paulie's behalf. She never had power. She never made any moves. If he trained her so well, then why did she vote to keep Davon in the house?
Yes.
Paulie's just an asshole. Plain and simple. He's an arrogant dickhead who has to be considered the best at everything. And he's not, because he's actually the worst.
There you go. Okay, and Victor also, because Paulie kept pressing, he wanted to know why this happened. So here's Victor explaining his nominations.
I went up. I didn't even get to play to stay. Now you both get to play to stay. A chance that I didn't get. You get what I'm saying? So I have no, I did what I needed to do. You know, there's a lot of strong guys in this house. And so I felt like that was part of my strategy. And I wasn't bitter when I got put up. And I'm hoping y'all aren't bitter now that y'all are up. Look, y'all can get mad at me.
I'm not mad. I just don't know why me, though. Like, what did I do to you, brother?
I feel like y'all two have something together more so than anybody else here. I feel like that anything y'all do, you bring Nicole in, and it's better for you guys to just have you, her, and Nicole clip everyone down all the way to the end, and that just makes sense to me. Because y'all have been close since day one. And so what I'm trying to do is split y'all up.
So what's the logical
so that doesn't
thing? I
happen.
mean, if he's got Natalie just because she can't win, she's not anything.
Well, y'all are stronger. Right now, y'all are stronger.
Than James?
Competitive-wise, y'all two together, yes.
You know, y'all knew when it came to Zakia where I stood with it. I left her up there for the taking.
You left her up there because you knew she would stay. Those are two very different things.
I thought that we had reasons for Michelle to leave, considering she named him, considering she named me.
Yeah, but if you know somebody's going to stay, it's very convenient to leave them up there and make it seem as if you don't
No,
care.
because you all told me she was going to stay. I trusted the group.
I wanted her to go from day one. I told you that
all you
when
had
I
to
put
do
her
was
up
say
there.
that when you said I
did.
didn't care. When you said I didn't care. He was
I
the only
did
one
put
pushing
her
for
up.
Zakia to go.
I told
Anybody
you I
else
wanted
could
her
have
to go.
been outspoken about it. He was the only one
Regardless
that was
of the fact,
outspoken
look,
about
we're
it.
here at where we are now. I'm not arguing with anybody. I told
I'm
you
not
my
trying to argue
strategy.
with you too. I'm just saying if you're going to say things that all of a sudden someone like Bridget puts in your ear, Michelle puts in your ear, all people who've been playing every single side.
Look, nobody has to put anything in my ear for the fact that I came back with resentment, that I was voted out by everybody in this house, except him.
9-1.
Yeah, and he said accept him and pointed towards James, and they kept going. And yeah, what I took from that clip when I got that was, you don't want Victor in the final 2. You don't want to be up against that guy. He talks well, and I don't think I'd want to face him. He was very logical and very just cut it to the point. He just was good.
He was super composed and
Yes.
really nice to those guys. Like I
Yes.
would have been like, dude, I nominated you. Get over it. Nothing you say right now can make me go back in time and change my nomination. It's like, I don't know what Paulie was after. Was he after some sort of explanation or an apology of some kind? But he just would not shut up. And this literally continued for the next 16 hours.
Yes.
Paulie just trying to seek a reason.
We got more.
Yeah.
And Victor, the beginning of the clip was the perfect part. Victor was saying, look, you guys backdoored me. I didn't get a chance to save myself. I'm putting both of you up right away. You can save yourself.
Yes. Yeah. He had the logic. And at some point in there, I think I edited it out, but he mentioned that he implied that he would have put Nicole up, but she had super safety.
Yes.
Which was,
well, it was going to be...
Someone questioned him, was like, why didn't you put Nicole up?
Yes.
Why didn't you? And he
Paulie did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So I
Paulie was
couldn't.
super pissed.
He
He's
wasn't
like, well,
going to anyways.
I couldn't. She had super safety.
He wasn't going to anyways, but it was a great excuse.
Yeah. So where was Nicole during all of this?
She actually was there when some of that was going on.
Yes, but then,
and then
she
wandered back.
She wandered into a room that she rarely visits. The room where Natalie sleeps.
The London bedroom.
The London room. Natalie and Michelle were in there.
She's upset that her... Yeah.
Yes, and she was pretty much basically saying she was mad at those two girls because they weren't nominated.
Basically, yes.
Nicole logic.
And no, I'm glad that us girls aren't getting picked off.
Because, I mean, I would have been if I wasn't safe this week, let's be real.
No,
that's exactly why America sent me this.
No, I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think so. I'm going to keep it real with you.
You don't think
I
they
don't
would have
think
put
so.
me up? I was guilty by association?
No,
Because
no.
I would have been the replacement nom, and that's what he's upset about. So now, they should not... I'm just saying, I am biased, obviously, but...
Right.
No.
I hate that, the most loyal people are up on the block right now.
I disagree.
You don't think they're loyal?
No.
They've never
But
flipped.
to you
They've
they are.
never flipped.
To you they are, but... to
Great
me,
answer.
They weren't.
Yes.
To Zakiya.
I'm just saying, Corey could have struck against...
Corey could have sent me home. I agree.
Corey could have struck... No, not just you. He could have struck against James for flipping. Could have struck against Natalie for all that chaos. He could have struck against Vic if he really secretly wanted to.
But it was...
He chose not.
Shut the fuck up.
And Nicole doesn't realize that people have been voting for a week for that. Nobody knew that Victor had won.
No.
Like I said, Bridget's votes got canceled out. That's why she won. If Bridget was still in the house, Bridget would have gotten that care package.
But just it's comical at this point. Nicole, the numbers are down. If he didn't put up those two, one of the people you're talking to would have gone up. What do you think? You should have put up you girls and not my guys. What's you doing?
Why would you say that to those girls? It just... And that whole...
Because she's a stupid bitch snake.
And that whole... My people are the most loyal people ever.
Yes.
And Michelle goes, what, mine aren't?
And meanwhile, at the same time, they don't realize they've been planning her demise for weeks. Yes,
Yeah.
they're very loyal, Nicole. They're very loyal, Nicole. They have no intention of bringing you far in the game at all. Keep talking about how loyal they are, dumb bitch.
So, I was having a hard time keeping up with Paulie. Yes. In fact, that's why I listened to the Nicole conversation for a while, because I was so tired of Paulie babbling. But, everybody knows my tolerance for Nicole isn't very long.
Hi, Scott.
So I switched back to Paulie, and I was surprised to learn something.
Yeah, I just wish I would have gone for the HOH because I didn't, because I wanted to see if something was going on, and I threw it just to see if something like this would actually happen.
I didn't throw it. I tried to win.
I know. I would have felt safer if you did, but I honestly thought that Vic was very gung-ho about this thing. So when I saw you two up there, I was like...
Again, man, I know just as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
He threw it to test the waters.
Liar! Liar!
going on.
Fucking liar! He is just saving his face for losing. You lost, Paulie. Paulie, you are not the greatest athlete in the world. You are, in fact, a loser. You've lost quite a few competitions. You've only won a couple. And stop lying. You didn't throw it. You suck, Paulie. The end. I've almost finished my bottle of wine. I just want to add that.
Hurrah! I never remember you telling us that before, so it must be a good one.
Well, we're making our way toward the end.
We are.
We are.
Yes. We're getting there.
Okay, so now Michelle has an idea. I think that's the best way to intro this, right, Mike? This is one of yours.
Oh yeah, it just so yeah, because the other stuff has been going on, and this is after nominations, and Paul is in the London room talking with Michelle and Natalie about what's been going on, and she just kind of it's because she's been doing all this shit stirring she's been doing up until now. She's kind of like pondering, should I kind of keep it going or not? What's going on? And so that's where this picks up.
I'm talking to me, just trying to calm her down.
Should I go antagonize him?
Yes, because he can't. You're destroying him, and that's how we.
Is that really bad? That I was like, look at his block.
Bro, he literally frustration. I mean, don't just do it tastefully.
No, but Frank said that to people on the block, to Tiffany.
Well, and that's how they're gonna lose. And you saw Corey and Nicole shit in their pants.
I know.
And they're telling me that Nicole knew she was getting clipped next and she was okay with it. I was like, are you high on drugs? You think I'm gonna fucking believe
Nicole was sitting here she was like, thank you, America, so much. You knew I was going to go on the block.
And I told her, I was like, actually, you probably weren't going to go on the block this week.
She's like, didn't I go up as a pawn?
No.
And you tell exec that I would go up as a pawn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
He's
fine?
cool with that? Yeah.
Okay. We have
the numbers.
Every
No, I trust you guys.
It's
That's
3
what
to
I'm
2,
saying. That's
no
what I'm
matter
saying.
what.
Right. You catch that there?
Yes.
Michelle has agreed to go up as the pawn because since Nicole has safety, if either Paulie or Corey win power veto, then somebody else is going to have to go up. And Michelle has said, put me up because we have the numbers. It doesn't make a difference. That's why the whole Nicole winning safety was pointless, because it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
All it ensured was that Nicole wasn't going home.
So
That's
Michelle is really coming into her own. I haven't been her biggest fan, but she's impressed me a great deal this week. And I 100% appreciate the drama she's bringing to the house. I still would never trust her, ever want to be her friend.
Oh, no.
But
No.
I will give her all the credit in the world for ramping up the house drama this week.
Yeah.
Good on you, Michelle.
Good job, Michelle.
I appreciate you. I can admit it.
You're this week's MVP.
Very good. And we want you to win next week. Everybody remember, we're going to vote Michelle for the care package.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, now there was one person that completely made fun of Michelle's tears from the week before.
Yeah.
This one person laughed and laughed and laughed.
Who would that be?
I don't know. I think, I think we'll find out right now.
Oh man, we're gonna have to pull something out of our ass.
Well, this is really busy. If I win that thing, I may not fucking use it on myself. I may use it on you.
No, you better not do that. Don't do that, Paulie. Seriously, seriously, don't do that. Don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll seriously, you won't be allowed to come to Dallas.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. You're my homie, bro.
I love you, dude.
Oh, bro. And if it's any way to fucking keep us both in here, it's happening.
Dude, you know I appreciate that a lot, but I will be mad at you if you do that. Seriously, don't think that way. I promise, dude. I love you. I would not be mad at you.
I love you too.
I want you to win it. Dude,
bro,
you've been killing it all year.
I want you.
I will be mad at you if you take me down. I'll be mad at you.
But
I know. Let's both go for it, and we'll go from there.
we're here. If I'm off, if you're off, whatever it is, I ain't letting you go home. I ain't going home. But when it comes down to it, if I'm still up there, just know that it ain't gonna look good. You know what I mean? Especially, I don't know which way Paul and James, if we're both up there, that it's even worse. You know what I mean? So let's focus. Let's get one of us down and let's try to run from there.
One step at a time, bro.
Let's get it, bro.
So that clip, in case you didn't catch it or see it live, that was Paulie crying, shedding tears to Corey. I knew this was going to happen. There was a moment before this. Okay, there was such a moment before this where Paulie was confronting everyone, and his jaw, there was just, it was just a smidgen of a second. His jaw quivered a teeny tiny bit. It was so quick. And I thought, I'm sitting at home watching this, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, he might actually cry at some point. So the second I noticed it, I tweeted,
Yes, you did.
if Paulie starts crying, I'm going to touch myself. Lo and behold, about 20 minutes later, Paulie starts crying. Okay. Now, you guys know me. I'm a woman of my word.
That's right.
Yes.
So I excused myself from Twitter, very politely, I might add, and I took care of a little business, and I came back quite refreshed. I would say. I will say I slept like a fucking baby last night. So thank you, Paulie. Thank you, Paulie.
Thank you, Paulie. Thank you very much. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, that is good.
Yes, very good.
All right, Mike, now these next clips are yours. It's Paulie
Yes.
talking to Natalie, so you should probably explain them.
Yeah, so following his brief tears, a little bit later, about an hour later, a couple hours later, Paulie...
This is when Colette would have been sleeping, right?
Yes, with a smile on
With
her
the
face.
post-glow.
Yes, yes.
Paulie decided to have a one-on-one with Natalie where they kind of were having, I guess, we're going to make good now, and we're going to make everything all better, and they're having a discussion, and it went on for like 35 minutes or so, and I just caught a few clips that I wanted to share because it kind of covers some ground of things that have been discussed in the last week. And first off is, well, Paulie finally explains the whole comment about the things on Natalie's chest or whatever. So here's this. He kind of gives an excuse for, why it was going on, and maybe that it wasn't just him. So
You never made comments about my breasts to people? You've never said any of that kind of stuff?
Well, I mean, everybody in the house was making fun of the fact that you wouldn't admit that you had fake breasts.
Because that's none of anyone's business. It's
I
my
get
body.
it, but that's not something that I wanted to start and do that. But if somebody else wants to start it, like, I mean, you're all buddy with Michelle. She came at you the hardest.
She apologized to me. She came and apologized.
I get it. It's apologies. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all had a joke and everything because we were waiting for you to admit it.
Okay.
And
You don't think that hurts my feelings?
I'm sorry for being a part of the joke. That
Well, I appreciate that.
the 15 other people were also a part
So
of.
every single person in this house was part
Every
of it.
single person knew that whenever somebody said FTs, they were talking about you.
What's that? FT? Is that the joke?
That was the joke.
Okay.
And people would literally say it right in front of your face. And you would have no idea.
That's awesome. Was James part of that?
Knew what it meant.
That's good to know.
So, I'm sorry that there was a joke at your expense.
No,
In that regard.
it's cool. I'm not mad about
And like I
it.
said, I'm sorry for partaking in that joke. Was I the one that originated it? No. Was I the one that went at you the hardest? No.
So, there's his little comment.
He did originate it.
Well, and I couldn't even remember that, but it was just his, well, yeah, I was part of the group, but it was, I was only part of the group. Everybody was doing it, so that apparently made it okay. It just,
Paulie logic.
Yeah, and then later on, actually, I don't think we have any clips in here, but at some point down the road, Natalie did refer back to, she actually kind of did quiz a few people about that comment. It's like, were you a part of this? Were you a part of this? And I think James was like, well, I heard it, but I didn't say anything. But anyways.
Well, Paulie, I feel like Paulie again was trying to implicate James a little bit.
Yeah.
More,
Definitely.
and definitely trying to put him in a bad light.
Oh, definitely. Paulie, I mean, that whole thing. Paulie, he said, I apologize, but I apologize that I was one of 15 people doing it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I offended you, but everyone was doing it, so that makes it okay, I guess. None of this is to make Paulie look good at all. This is more of Paulie kind of just, And the next clip is Paulie explaining, why he is the way he is, I guess, or that this isn't the real Paulie, and so that's what this one's about. This is a few minutes later.
It is what it is. There's guy talk, locker room talk. There's masks that you have to put on. The one thing that I'll say when I get out of this house is I literally had a mask on the entire time. You saw my personality when that was me as a person. But as far as having to hide when people were making certain comments in order to feel like you're not the outsider, to keep the target off of you, it is what it is.
For 3 months, he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, this isn't
This
the
was
real Paulie.
funny. This was funny. So I woke up this morning, and the first thing I saw was our friend Matt from Big Brother Network had tweeted about how Paulie was wearing a mask.
Yes.
No, so I didn't know any background information. I hadn't seen anything. I literally thought that Paulie had put on a Zorro mask and was going through the rest of the season like that. That's what I thought. And ever since his nomination, he's gone off the deep end. And so I thought it's entirely possible that he thinks he's Don Juan DeMarco now, and this is like a philosophical statement against the world, and he's going to wear a mask. I seriously thought that. I was like, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see him with the mask on. And then I prepped for the show. I was like, oh no. He's like talking in symbolism.
Yeah.
His version.
It's a symbolic Paulie mask.
Yes.
Yeah. The mask still doesn't hide his misogyny or his douchebaggery.
Exactly.
Or his little tiny penis. No mask can
Well,
hide
that's because that's up on top of his head, not. Oh, anyways.
That's right.
And then finally, of my 3 selected Paulie clips with Nicole, he talks about how James is the biggest disappointment to him of all, and he gets quite, I guess it's not philosophical, but he gets quite reflective, and I don't know, it
Reflective.
just seems really
Paulie
deep.
reflective.
And Paulie teaches us some history or literature, I suppose. I don't know. You can play it and we can listen.
Well, I think we know who has to comment afterwards.
We'll see.
Our literary
I'm not putting her on the
expert.
spot.
No.
See, that's you doing that, Scott.
That's you doing that. Unless I've said I've got this, don't assume shit.
Okay.
Scott.
Okay. I'm sorry.
James came to me day 20 and wanted to work with me and Corey. So that's why James's blow hurt pretty bad, because did not expect him to backstab me like that.
I swear, I think there's ants falling on me.
There's not. Tell you. Yeah. It's like when James did that, it was kind of like, like et tu brute type thing.
What is that?
It's what Caesar said to his best friend on the night of his murder when everybody started stabbing him. His best friend was the last person to stab him, to kill him. And as he was dying, he said, et tu brute. So that's like a word when you feel betrayed. It's like a phrase. It's a Latin phrase. He said, because et tu in Latin means and you, Brutus. The guy's name was Brutus. She said, and you, Brutus. Like, even you, we're in on this.
Yeah.
Type thing. So, yeah. That's how I feel. That's how I feel when it comes to him.
Paulie is a modern day Caesar.
I picture John Travolta playing the part of Paulie. Like, et tu brute, you know? Oh.
So, okay.
Yeah?
Supposedly the last words of the Roman dictator Julius Caesar to his friend Marcus Brutus at the moment of his assassination. The quotation is widely used in English-speaking world to signify the utmost unexpected betrayal by a person such as a friend. The fame of the quotation is entirely due to its occurrence in William Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar, as Caesar utters these words as he is being stabbed to death, having recognized his friend and protege Brutus among the assassins. However, there is no evidence Caesar actually said these words. The thing is, Paulie has talked shit about James all the fucking time. This is just another instance of Paulie trying to drive a wedge between Natalie and James.
Yep. Definitely.
And hasn't worked.
She had something, see?
Yeah, but I didn't want you to assume it. That made me mad.
Yeah, I know. I like that. I liked how you played that. Okay. Well, speaking of literary greats, it's time to go back to Nicole.
Oh, yay. Yay.
Paul asked Nicole a pretty easy to answer question. And I think this symbolizes Nicole's entire gameplay.
So I want to ask you questions like relating back. Remember we talked a long time ago. Well, I have a question that no one seems to be answering me. They keep bringing up this Five Guys Alliance type of thing, right?
Mhm.
But you're around, right? So
Yeah.
how is your reaction to that?
Whatever.
Like, why do you not give a shit?
I'm kind of thinking that it's obvious.
Right, but remember we were talking about how, and this is like before any of that. Remember you and I were talking about it, and I was like, you were talking about the showmance and how, you were talking about that one, you got like heat for it and this and that, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm curious.
Wait, heat for what?
Not like after like the showmance stuff, like how it like messed with your game or whatever.
Last time or this
Last
time?
time.
Oh.
And then I was talking to you, well, I was like, well, I'm curious, like, what if it comes down to certain things? Like, then what do you do?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just trying to understand, in this kind of situation, like, do you just roll over and accept the situation, or
Do I roll over and accept it?
yeah, like, well, I mean, you're safe this week, obviously, safety, but I don't think Victor would have come after you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would be up in the air if he would. I don't know if he'd come after me, but I think I'd be the replaced nom.
You think so?
I'm just using my brain. That makes logical sense. Wait, so what are you asking me?
No, I was just curious, like, how you're.
I'm fine. I mean, I was in the room yesterday when crap was blowing up, and I heard like James say about like we all had an agreement about the guys, and we were gonna X. You guys all knew when we were Xing the girls.
That's what I heard as well.
Mhm.
So that's another reason why I'm asking.
So,
is like,
I mean, I had a
after you
heads
heard
up.
that, do you not? I mean, are you not bothered by that?
Like that.
I don't know. Like, I would be pissed.
Mm-mm.
I'm not. Again, I'm not trying to get razzed. I'm just curious.
No,
Like,
I'm really not. I kind of just think it's a little funny because, I mean, you can only expect it.
but that kind of sucks. Why would you expect to be?
I mean, if they were to X me, like,
You just take it as the game comes. It's like fuck it. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this morning on Big Brother After Dark. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. I record Big Brother After Dark in the morning. I turn it on. I just kind of let it play for the next 2 to 4 hours, however long it is that night. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing. First off, I loved that Paul was basically calling her out for being content to be a giant pussy
Yes.
in the game. But then we hear Nicole's response, which is just so pathetic. Her method of answering questions she doesn't want to answer is to deflect and then hem and haw and buy time. And that's
Yes.
actually, it's funny because in that clip, you guys started cracking up.
And repeating the
She
question.
was exactly doing that.
Yep.
And we all started laughing. So her entire gameplay is to report everything she hears to the boys, which she's very good at because
Mhm.
she is totally a snake. And then the second part of her gameplay is to keep herself off the block. Other than that, she has no strategy whatsoever. She figures all she has to do is stay off the block for as long as possible. It's worked for her up until now because this bitch is going up very soon. I guarantee it.
Next week.
She's going up.
Yeah.
But beyond that, she literally has no plans. So does she think she can stay off the block until Final 2? Because that's not going to happen.
I don't know.
I just find it so hilarious. Paul's basically saying, look, all us guys were, Fatal Five.
Yeah, Paul's like, why don't you have a problem that all the men have an alliance and you're not in it? She's like, well, crap, bull crap, frickin', whatever.
As long as she...
Yeah, freaking crap, bull crap. It's okay, crap, frickin' bull crap, crap.
As long as she outlasted the other girls.
Yes, yes.
That's the
Yes.
only thing she cares about.
She's another insecure twit.
And
this one.
and a showmance.
Yes.
Corey doesn't like you. God, I can't wait until she.
Oh, God, this could be so much fun when the season
Oh.
ends. Okay, so you remember earlier in the episode when Bridget was talking about how she's a feminist, and Paulie was so offended by that he compared it to racism. Well, he's still pissed off about it. He's on the block, probably going home.
Yeah.
But he is still pissed off about the feminism line.
I literally sat there and I was like, all right. I was like, look, I personally would like to see Bridget go home. right now. Like, because
Why is that?
because she literally, like, when I came and gave the information of who she was targeting and everything, she like tried to like make it seem another way, and plus the whole thing with Natalie, it left a bad taste in my mouth that she literally said to me, like, I will never support your views just because I'm a feminist type thing.
Right.
And I was like, but okay, well, I mean, we can talk. And then her comment, you know, but that's what Bridget was trying to do in terms of the feminism type thing.
Well, I had nothing to do with any of
And
that.
honestly, I'm glad that she left, because when she left and she said the thing that she said to me,
What'd she say?
and then said to Natalie, she was like, and you better do this to like Natalie, like, because what you were doing is not cool, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to Natalie and was like, stick up for yourself, girl. I was like, you're a piece of shit.
Right.
And like, I don't really care what she potentially said to slander my name out there.
Mm-hmm.
She can ask for forgiveness when she meets whoever she believes in.
Right.
When it comes to women, this guy can literally never let things go. They eat away at him on the inside. Memories of women who have wronged him course through his veins like acid, and they just burn and they burn and they burn. Some chick must have done a major number on this guy at one point, and I really want to shake her hand.
I just find it so hilarious that because Bridget actually said something negative about him, that she's going to have to apologize to her maker when she goes to heaven or wherever.
Bridget is like the weakest, most non-threatening, insignificant person. Like, I don't like Bridget. I think she's a joke, but I don't like this douchebag. Like, you know, belittling her for sticking up for Natalie. Like, I feel like Bridget did have good intentions at some point in the game. I didn't care for her, you know, personally, but Paulie's just so hateful. Like, you kind of want to get on these girls' sides and be like, we support you now. Like, yeah, Paulie made me like Bridget. Fuck you, Paulie.
So, just because I've seen a couple comments in the chat room, a couple of people are saying that either maybe or maybe for sure his fiance dumped him, or his girlfriend rejected his proposals.
Well, yeah, isn't
That's
that
what one of those girls was tweeting.
Oh, well, hey, I
ring to a Jersey girl, and she actually gave it back, and
Oh,
because
a
he cheated on
Jersey
her.
girl.
Yeah, I think he cheated on her, and so that's also why, like, he shouldn't be so magnanimous, because actually he's a weasel, he's a
So
pig.
we want to meet his potential fiance.
Yeah, we would put her on the show.
There we
No,
go.
why do you keep saying this stuff? No.
Because it's a joke, but...
Fuck you.
There we go. Speaking of Paulie, we have one more clip from Friday night. We
do.
This just shows how insane he is. Yeah, Mike, why don't you intro this one?
Well, he just was. I don't know whether it's hard to get a read. There's some people that think that maybe he is just insane or crazy, and others that think that he was looking for a reason to, you know, keep tabs. So Paulie and Nicole, like we said on a couple nights earlier, that Paulie and Nicole and Corey were sleeping in what's called the Tokyo bedroom, and the others that aren't have-nots are sleeping in the London bedroom. And currently that includes Paul and Natalie and James and Michelle. And so, you know, that's how the arrangements have been. Paulie's been sleeping on one bed and Nicole and Corey on the other. Well, all of a sudden last night at by my timestamp, around 2:35 in the morning, Paulie walks into the London bedroom and kind of says, you know, hey guys, I can't sleep. And that's where this clip takes off.
What's up, Lucius?
What's up, brother? What's up, lady?
I fucking can't sleep.
Why can't you sleep, bro?
All right. No bromance type thing, but would it be weird if I slept in the bed with you? Because I sleep better in beds with people.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just asking. I don't want to be
Corey
weird
loves that idea
about it, but like, it friggin' sucks sleeping in a damn bed.
Yeah, that's Paul.
If I'm being honest,
Oh.
I don't want to like crunch your shit.
No, G.
Like, this is like literally, I friggin' don't like not sleeping in a bed with someone. This is more like on a brother level of like I can sleep in the same bed as a dude and not.
Yeah, bro.
All I literally need is like, it's gonna sound weird, but somebody in a bed.
All right, bro. I'll take it. No worries.
Like, me and my family on the weekends, we sleep downstairs, or like if I'm home, I literally will have a dog in my friggin' room or in my bed. It's weird. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. So yeah, so now their take on it was that Paulie just didn't want anybody to be alone. He wanted to be in the room where all these, the people conspiring against him were. But yeah, Paulie needs a body in his bed, and now that he doesn't have Zakiya,
I think it was strategy.
Oh, I do too.
I want to know more about these family.
Family on the weekends, they all get together and sleep.
Yes, God, they're weird. They're so weird.
Daddy kisses them all goodnight.
Yes.
And they talk about feminism, and that's it. I don't know. I'm guessing that Paulie's mom is not a feminist.
I bet that Daddy wishes they could go back to the 50s.
Yes, that's what I'm guessing.
They all
Paulie's
sit
picking
around
up.
and each read a chapter from the Feminine Mystique.
Yes. All right, so we are finally now on Saturday. Today. Yay!
Yay!
The day began with the have-nots being announced, and it's Michelle and Nicole, and it would have been Natalie, but she has that never not pass.
Right, the first three people out of the have-not. It was not assigned by anybody or anything.
Yes,
Just that.
because although Paulie last night asked Victor, since he's on the block, he shouldn't be a have-not too.
Yep.
But they get sunflower seeds and corn on the cob.
Right.
I love corn on the cob. I could live on corn for a week.
Yeah.
That's where the squirrel theme came from. There was a squirrel there, and there was seeds and
Yeah.
corn on the cob. So yeah, whatever. We don't know. It's tied to the head of household comp.
Yes. So then there's one question though about that.
This week, have-nots are the first three players eliminated in the HOH competition. Michelle, Nicole, and Natalie, that means you are have-nots. However, Natalie, since you received a never not pass from America, you are exempt from being a have-not. As an added bonus, this week's have-nots get to eat like real squirrels. In addition to slop, you can enjoy sunflower seeds and corn on the cob all week long. Enjoy.
So I still am.
That sucks. It said you're
So
safe
I'm
from
not
everything.
super safe.
Well, cool.
Alright, guys.
So I'm not a have-not? Nicole gets it wrong.
I thought for sure I was safe.
Yeah.
That's okay. Safe from everything. What else is there besides
works.
the block?
Another thing to whine about.
Well, she said, what else is there that I'm safe for besides the block? I don't get it.
The only real important thing.
I don't blame Nicole for kind of being like, why are you calling it safe from everything? It's not safe from everything. So in Nicole's defense,
So the funny thing, she didn't take a shower the night before. She said she just took a body shower, or she just went in. She didn't wash her hair, and so this morning she was regretting not washing her hair, which I love, of course, because she's got massive hair, and to have to do that in a freaky freezing shower. Yeah. So she's like, "Oh crap! If I would have known that, I would have washed my hair last night. Crap! I have to take cold showers. Crap! Bull crap!
Frickin'. You guys, Corey.
they said you got to go in and check. You got to go in and ask. Maybe they got it wrong. And you heard in that last clip, James is like, "Oh, so I'm not a have-not," because James was the next one out. He thought for sure. It's like, hey, I'm not a have-not. That's
But
cool.
he never cares.
No, but he was happy not to be at the same time.
Then a couple hours later, the veto players were chosen. So joining Victor, Corey, and Paulie were James, Paul, and Nicole. That's a pretty interesting lineup of people playing for the veto.
It's a good group.
Yes. But then I don't think this worked out as well as they expected. But because James, Paul, and Michelle had a plan.
It's time to call the shit out. And then have him be a little nervous for that veto. Yeah, let's rattle the cage a little bit. Mm-hmm. Never cared? Never cared.
Never cared.
It's going down.
And bro turns on the light, like, don't come in here. That he's just trying to spy on us because he's never done this before.
100%.
Trying to spy on us. I'm sorry, I just don't like to sleep alone.
Absolutely.
That's such a liar.
So they want to rattle him before the veto comp starts.
Yes.
And so that does happen a couple hours later.
And you went to him. Well, you didn't go to him, but you went into a room that he was in.
I didn't trust you. I was smart enough to realize that you're full of shit.
You shouldn't have trusted me because I was giving every piece of information that came from anybody to the guys that I was working with.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly, which is why it went literally down to 3 girls from that. And yeah,
Yeah,
you were
I can
able,
do math.
you were able to convince the guys in my alliance to turn on me to keep you.
LOL, you convinced them, not me.
I'm sure I convinced them.
Yes, you did.
Because I was sitting here sticking
Damn
straight to the plan of
straight.
going down to 5 people. I'm a competitor. I said my game plan. I said my biggest mistake was thinking that this shit would be exactly like the detonators with Cody and Derek.
Oh,
And I
the
said that to you.
detonators? That was 2 people? You really think 5 people? Like, you're not going to talk shit about everyone?
Talk shit about everyone with
Like-
what? Yes, Cody and Derek had the detonators. They made it down to a certain point and then battled it out. And
You're
Cody and
never
Derek
going to be
won.
Cody or Derek.
I never said I would. I said I was trying to do exactly what they did.
No one in here is like Cody and Derek, and
Well, you know what? I thought from a loyalty perspective, they were.
loyalty my ass.
Loyalty your ass with what?
Like
There's
you
literally
literally made
everybody
deals with a
sitting
whole
here.
bunch of people. You have a threesome with some. Like, loyalty my ass.
Look, if deals come on the table, what am I going to do? Say no and disrespect shit that's right there?
So this conversation literally went on for an hour. I missed
Yes.
it live, but I watched it. So I came back this afternoon and someone said, "Oh my God, you missed it." And I was like, okay. So I go back to find it. I couldn't believe how long this went on. It went on for an hour. I just kind of put my laptop, and I hate using flashback, but it was really good. Put my laptop, put it on the big screen, put it on my coffee table, and I just let it fly. So yeah, and so Paulie cracks me up. He never would admit any mistakes he made. In fact, he actually found a way to compliment himself over and over again and say what a great player he was and what a great bro he was throughout the entire conversation. But my favorite part was there was one point where Paulie was going on. Paulie's defending himself and gesticulating like on the other side of the counter, and I was watching the camera that was just straight on Paulie, right? And all I could hear James and Corey. It's like they were behind the camera, and I could hear them addressing him, but all I saw were Paulie's reactions. And then all of a sudden, Michelle,
Yes.
from behind the cameras in the background, like, "I blew up your game. I blew up your game." And then she literally goes up behind Paulie.
Yes.
So I see her enter the frame, and she goes up behind him, and she goes, "I blew up your game." And she goes, boom, and like opens her hands up like fireworks. She goes, boom, boom, "I blew up your game." And Paulie has no idea that she's doing it. And this is all Michelle did this entire conversation. I mean, the conversation was mainly between James and Paulie and Paul and Paulie.
Yeah.
And then Michelle would chime in with something snarky. But this was the best when she went up behind him. "I blew up your game." Boom, boom. And she's kind of dancing. She's dancing behind him. He has no clue.
So this
That-
is about. It started earlier, but the clip right there was about 1 o'clock today, right?
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well, no.
No, it was 12 something, and it
okay.
went on for like an hour. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's easy to find. It's actually easy to find. It's just all of them in the. Whenever you see Paulie, he's got like a red and something striped tank top, standing behind the counter in the kitchen. Wherever you see that, and then there are points where it kind of interrupts and goes to Jeff loops, and I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?" But it only goes down for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then he comes back again.
I'm just trying to help people. We don't often give time.
No, I am too, and that's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm
think
saying
we had the
that's
wrong
like-
timestamp on the clip.
Okay. All right.
There's something that people should know because this hasn't shown up on the clips. If we were to have done a drinking game to the names Derek and Cody over the last 24 hours,
I would have been dead.
we'd be drunker than we already are. It would not be pretty because he drops their name every couple minutes, and that would
And
drive me to.
Paul at one point was like, "Why do you keep talking about Derek and Cody? They're not even in this season."
And Paul
he
didn't
got
see the season, so he
frustrated at
has
one
no
point.
clue.
He got frustrated at one point, and he went and he sat on the dining table. So everyone is around the island, right? The kitchen island where Paulie hid his veto card in that last comp on TV, and everyone else is kind of cleaning the dishes and stuff over by the sink. and Paul was arguing, and he's going out, and he's like, you know what? I just need to separate myself from this conversation. So he gets up, and he's quiet for a really long time, and he's sitting, his entire body, he's kind of clutching his knees on top of the dining table, in the middle of the dining table, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, why do you keep talking about Derek and Cody? They're not even here. It was really good. It is worth going back and watching.
Someone says 9. I'll take it in the chat room. Someone says 9:30 a.m.
Yeah,
that
sounds
about right. Yeah, because I was at the gym about that. So yeah, I'd say roughly 12:30 to like 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So Big Brother time.
Big Brother time. The flashback.
Yeah, 9:30 to 10:30. Around that time, you'll find it.
The other thing,
don't have the feeds. You should have the feeds for this stuff. You can still go back and watch it. It won't make CBS. They don't have time to show it.
The other big tell on Paulie is his fingers. He clenches his fingers when he's angry. Have you noticed that at all?
No, I'll pay attention to them now.
Yeah,
you notice his hands though. You notice everything he does with his hands.
Oh yeah, he wildly gesticulates.
Yes. Okay, now the other thing that Paulie's been doing ever since he was nominated, he has been going up to mainly the guys, but I think he did this to a couple girls too. Been going up to the guys one-on-one and saying, look, if you help a brother out, I'll forget this happened, and it's still me and you, ride or die to the end.
Right.
Seriously, to every single guy.
Yep.
And that is what Derek did during his season, and those dummies never compared notes. That was my frustration with 16. Nobody ever compared notes.
Right. We kept waiting for them to sit there and go, wait, he's telling me the same thing, but nobody ever did. They all thought they had a special relationship with Derek, and that's how he got away with it. He never got called out.
Well, not this year.
I'm going to be the deciding factor, they said again. You know what's funny? I am the deciding factor for Paulie, is what he's saying to me. He's like, bro, I know James and Nat, it's like it's going to be a 2 and then a 1.
He told me the same thing about you. He said, you're going to vote to be victim.
Shut the fuck up.
And he said, Nat's going to vote to victim. Michelle's going to vote to a victim. And he said, we can still flip this around. We could be the boys.
Bro, he said that to me yesterday.
He said, I hate to do this to you, man, but you'll be that one vote.
He said that to me yesterday when he said, I need a moment, and almost cried. That's, how the, is this guy fucking insane? We should go out there and be like, but I thought I was deciding.
We should totally do that. Calling him out all week.
I thought that was me.
I love that they're finally talking.
Yes, it was cool. It's like, whoa, he's telling us the exact same thing. Yes, it was exactly what Derek's game was, and Paulie's trying to pull it off, and he's getting busted on it. It is not the same.
I'm no Derek fan, but Derek is a lot smarter than Paulie ever could be.
Yes, definitely. Definitely true.
Moving on, earlier we heard Paul and Victor talk about taking James and Natalie to the Final 4 and Natalie to the Final 3.
Yep.
Apparently they changed their mind.
Yep.
Meech to the end. There's no way she's beating us in fucking anything.
That was kind of hard to hear, but he said take
Yes.
Meech to the end.
Right. It was a long conversation, and it wasn't worth getting. It was just like, that was the point. They said, take Michelle to the end. She's not going to beat us at anything. And I referenced it earlier in the show when I said, yeah, they're not going to be taking Natalie to the end, at least as of now. That could change, obviously.
That's actually smart. And I've always wondered why Paulie kept wanting to bring all strong guys to the end. You got to bring weak people.
Yes.
And these house guests, this is the time to start thinking about this shit. You gotta do it now before it's too late. And I've been wondering this about Paulie for a long time. Why does he want 5 of the strongest guys ever that could actually send him out before the final 3? Why do you want to go to the end with that? Why? His brother didn't go to the end with that. His brother went to the end with Veronica. That's what you need to do. So I applaud James and Paul for realizing this.
Yeah. Oh, Paul and Victor. It's Paul and Victor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, James was in there too.
So Paul and Victor, I applaud them for realizing this and for being like, this is what we need to do, because this is what I've been saying. So like week 2, this is how I would think in the game. I'd be like, let's find a weak bitch and let's make friends with her. And bring that bitch to the end. That's what I would do.
To give Paul credit, by the way, Victor's the head of household, but Paul is the one going back to when Victor won head of household that said to Victor, "You got to put up Paulie and Cody. We're taking a step back." He said, "This is it. This is our chance to swing for the fences. This is it. You got to do it." He's like, I'm not saying Victor wouldn't have done it anyways, but Paul pushed him hard, and that's Paul again in this case right now saying, "We got to take Michelle. She's got to be our third." So Paul hasn't had the power. Victor's had it. He's right there with him. These two are solid.
I almost
Paul
feel
and
like
Victor are solid.
In a weird roundabout way.
Yeah.
Paul's naivete about the game and only knowing as little as he does, it's turning out to be an advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, he is so lucky he survived those first 4 weeks.
Yep.
He's super lucky that he did that.
He's also very lucky that it was Victor that came back.
Naivete, it's letting him make more risks. It's letting him to take more chances, and at the result, I do think this guy's going to end up in final 2. I really do.
Think about that. One of our big complaints that we've had every time we've at the end of the year, but don't force feed them previous seasons. And Paul is the one guy that's seen a half a season. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, in fact, he even said to Paulie once, he started to watch 16, but it was too boring.
Yeah, and same with Natalie. I feel like she didn't watch a lot either, and she was slow on the uptake as well. It's taken her even longer to join the game, and now she's finally joined the game.
Look at her opening clips.
That's
Half
why
makes fun of Paul.
That's why, unlike a lot of people, I don't mind having people in the house that have never seen the show.
No. If they haven't been force-fed the episodes.
I mind it if they are mixed with people that are like experts, or
Well,
people
yeah.
that have played it for 2 seasons, or people that are related to people who almost won. Yeah, then it's a big problem, and that's where I think that this season suffered for the first month. The season was awful. The first 4 weeks it was a horrible show. I'm not gonna mince words. It was horrible.
Yeah.
The feeds were fucking boring. Everything sucked. It was an awful season. And that's why, because you mix experts with novices, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because one is just going to eat the other alive. But now, like, what are we, 8 weeks later? It's finally, it's taken this long for the novices to realize what the game is about. It's taken 8 weeks.
Yes. Yep. Of course, the 4 returnees weren't exactly experts, but they had the experience.
Yes.
So that puts them above. Yeah, your point is well taken.
Okay. No, I'm.
She's ready to move on to the next one.
Yes, I am ready to move
All
on.
right.
We're in the home stretch here,
Well,
guys.
Paul,
That's exactly right.
Paulie still has some plans.
Yes.
He really only has to change 1 vote.
Let's get the dub. Yeah. Michelle's a super fan, bro. She likes an underdog story. I got a feeling. I mean, she may screw us over again, but I think if we get this and we go to her and we say, hey, if we convince Vic to put up Natalie, hang with us.
Yeah.
Let's get this W. Set step 1 into action.
I wonder if James would pull either one of us down.
I don't think so.
Because Natalie would go up. You might as well continue the backstabbing. If James is in this position, I would 1000% pull him down, and just to know that he probably wouldn't do the same for us sucks.
Yeah, it does, bro. But let's focus on the positive. Positive is winning, beating him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's gonna throw it.
I know he is, and I don't think Paul's gonna go to win it. So, because Paul doesn't want to have to be in that position either.
I'll throw it to
So it's literally up to
you and Vic and Nicole.
So they think they can get Michelle to change her vote.
Yeah. Paulie is so arrogant that he actually thinks he can get Michelle to join his
The
side.
person who is just bragging about blowing up his
Right,
game.
but I mean, okay, honestly, I cannot hold this entirely against Paulie because it does infuriate me when house guests roll over and give up. If they are in, if they're in a position where it's not looking good and it's looking bleak, and this is before the POV has been played, okay? POV hasn't even been played yet, okay? So I don't hold it against Paulie for trying and not giving up because that's what I want out of every house guest. I don't want anybody to roll over and die and give up. Right. So Paulie has, he's got few options at his disposal, right? He's got to at least try.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So I'll give it to him for
POV started at about 120.
Yep.
And the feeds came back at 445. It turned out as expected. It was the Zingbot.
Right.
And we'll go through the Zings here in a couple seconds. But Victor won. It was down to between him and James at the end.
Yep.
And Victor said that James could take the prize. So Victor won POV. James got $5,000.
Yeah, this is the gift one where they get some
Yes.
good things and some bad things.
Yes, and they can trade.
Right.
Depending on the
So what
draw.
happens is the person who gets the power of veto in the end doesn't usually get to keep it. Everybody takes it, or they take
Yes.
it away.
Nicole got a vacation. Paul has to run and hit checkpoints in the house.
Yeah, so many times. It's like Bridget from a couple seasons ago kicking the soccer ball,
Yes.
or Brittany. Thank you.
Whenever he hears, "Oh, hey, can you zing?"
Another
Yeah.
name wrong.
Oh, I do
Yes.
that all the time. Brittany, I flip all the time.
And Corey has to win a Patriotard.
Yeah, he's apparently just put on the Patriot card.
You know, like, oh wait, you said he just put it on?
Yeah, he's wearing it. That's.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, the crew was like, where the fuck are we gonna find a 6'5" unitard? Oh my god, yeah. How did they find that?
Apparently, I haven't seen a picture yet, but apparently he's wearing it at this point. So.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
All right. Well, so we don't have all the zings. We
You
have
say
some
Paulie
of the
has
zings.
to make pies.
Oh,
Yo, you
yeah,
did say that.
okay,
Yes, you did. Okay,
whatever.
can you yeah.
So I found the stuff that I put on the timeline. I kind of reached and grabbed from all over Twitter and whatever, just so we could kind of cover.
Yes.
Sure.
And this is what
Natalie's apparently made her cry, which I wonder what that is.
I don't know the specifics of it, but it did make her.
Does somebody maybe somebody in the chat has it? Hopefully. James, it was something about his height. Oh, big deal. Paul's is pretty good. You have a lot of catchphrases. Friendship, boy, your boy, piss. I've got one for you. Shut the fuck up.
And everyone was really shocked that Zingbot actually used profanity.
Yes. That's
Zingbot
great.
literally said fuck. And Paul loved it. Paul was like, that's awesome. Zingbot cursed at me. So he was all excited.
Nicole's was something about her not being able to win anything. Michelle, she says she didn't mind her. She'll share it later.
Yeah. She was like, oh, that's okay. It was fine. Like, she wasn't hurt by it. And then I guess she told the viewer, she's like, I'll tell you guys later. And
Right.
so at the time up to before we went to air, I still didn't know what it was.
Okay. Can somebody read the victors? Because I'm not going to try.
Tu eres el douchebag.
Okay.
There you go.
And translated to English was, you are a douchebag.
Okay, great.
I said it in Spanish.
And then here's the best one. It was
Yeah.
to Corey. You can't sweep her off her feet because Hayden already did.
Guys.
And so afterwards, is like right before we went to air, there was a big thing. Like, Corey was actually a little weirded out that Zingbot made him and Nicole to be a real showmance. Meanwhile, Nicole is thrilled by it. She is tickled pink. She's giggling. She's laughing. She thinks it's the cutest thing ever. Corey's horrified, and Corey is wondering, what the fuck has Nicole been saying in the DR all this time? And so Nicole's like, no, I never talk about you. She cried when he was nominated. Do we remember that?
Yes.
I remember when she cried. She talks about him all the time. And we played the clips where she, remember, he's so nice and he's got nice
He's
sideburns.
perfect.
All the girls must like
And
him.
I love when he smiles and look at his hair. And remember that? We played that last week,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
So then afterwards, like, and then she started to lose her shit about it. She's like, wait, but what, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? And then, like, she kept doing that over and over again. Finally, he's like, he had to just kind of lay down and cuddle with her to shut her up. So that was when.
That's not the first boy that's done that.
And the camera just stayed on them. And Corey is literally, I don't know if you guys do yoga, but Corey was in corpse pose. Lying there, and Nicole is literally on top of him like a spider monkey, just like kissing him all over.
In her costume.
Licking him and rubbing him and stuff. And Corey's just lying there like, all right, fine, just do whatever you need to do. And that was when I was like, all right, nothing more is happening on the feeds. I'll turn off the feeds, and I'm going to go prep for the show, get ready to sign on to the show.
I did see that. Oh, I saw a screen cap of that. That's right.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, one more little gameplay related thing here. As soon as Paulie did not win POV, he went to Victor to say this.
You know I'm not going to campaign against Corey. I would never campaign against any of the guys. If you find it within yourself to pull him down, I would like to try and fight for my life. You know, the same way at least you had 2 people to campaign against, because I refused to campaign against Corey. If you don't want to do that, it's completely up to you. I will sit and be quiet and enjoy my time, but I won't campaign against him. I'll never campaign against any guy that was in my alliance. If you find it in yourself to pull it down, there's options that would still get me out of this house. Pretty much everybody's already made their mind up about that. You know what I mean? So I would like to not just roll over and do nothing. I would like to at least have the chance to kind of ask around and fight for it. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And if people want to lie to me the same way they lied to you, then I'm still going home. You know what I mean?
I hear you out, man.
I appreciate it.
So Paulie's campaign is to not campaign against his friend Corey.
He won't campaign against any man. He said he has
Right.
no problem campaigning against women, misogynistic fucking pig. But he won't campaign against any men. So don't put him up against any man, because he won't do it. No man. Nope, nope. But women, to hell with those whores.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck him in the ass with no condoms, Paulie says.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bros.
Rose before hose.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that catches us up to when we went on the air. But we have one more little thing to talk about quickly.
Yeah.
Alison Grodner, there was an interview with Zap to It, I think is the site.
Yes.
Talking about the fall season. Nobody really knows what's going to go on with the fall season. We don't even know what's going to be called. I mean, I've heard it's going to be called digital only or something along those lines.
Yeah, we've heard
because the press release for Big Brother being renewed calls next summer BB19.
Right, we didn't talk about that. So they did formally announce that there will be a Big Brother 19 and a Big Brother 20. So it's been renewed for 2 more years. TV version, folks, not just the online.
Yes. But here's what she said about the fall season.
Right.
It's interesting because it's going to be such a different, well, I
Yeah,
wouldn't say-
no,
it's
yeah.
still Big Brother, but it's live. The competitions won't be as big, and all of that we do because that's just the way it's going to play out. Competitions can possibly play out longer. People will be able to see everything. It won't be blocked.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have the feeds during season 1, but from what I've heard, does this sound like season 1 feeds?
Well,
they were very low tech back then.
No, but you saw everything, right?
Yes.
Yes, we saw everything. As a matter of fact, when the show was on, it was kind of cool because you could actually watch them just sitting around while the show was on, between all the cuts back to them.
Yes. And then she has one more quote.
Okay.
Because
You
they're
can hear
talking
the
about
production
how
talk
this
to
is going to work out. There's not necessarily going to be 3 episodes a week during.
Right.
There might only be an eviction episode. And so the question is, how do you, what do you do for those that are casual viewers? And she kind of says you have to have some form of catch-up for people who don't watch the feeds. But the feeds are now primary.
Well, I mean, and Julie
Interesting.
Chen came on and said, I'm still hosting. So obviously she's hosting an eviction show. That's at least one show a week that she's hosting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I want to, because you guys know that I do all the things like the Periscope and the Spreaker. The people have been asking me over and over again, how much does it cost? This is
Are
a
they
part.
stupid?
I'm telling you, they ask me. This is part of CBS All Access. The live feeds are part of CBS All Access. So if you have CBS All Access, you will get all of Big Brother. So just sign up for CBS All Access. It's $6 a
Yeah,
month.
it's $5.99 a month. We even had to sign up. I signed up. And then
I
I
signed
usually
up.
cancel. I usually cancel the end of the fall season. I won't. I'm just going to let it go until the end of this season. And yeah, and obviously anybody who signed up with us in June, July, yeah.
Going.
By the way, we all get screwed. The people
Yeah.
who sell the feeds, we
Yeah.
will make nothing on this next season.
That's why you need to go to patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip.
another 3. Yeah, we already got screwed by CBS.
We only get signed. We only get an affiliate thing for the first time you sign up during a season. And since most of you won't be canceling, we're not going to get anything else in addition.
You don't get shit.
But it's going to cost you $18 at most to watch the next season. And that's to say 3 months worth. September, October, November, or October, November, December.
$18. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So stop thinking it's going to cost extra. This is what the live feeds already cost you. You're not having to pay anything
for a
extra.
matcha whisk for my green tea the other day. Yeah. No one bitch about these fucking feeds. If you go to Starbucks at any time in your life, you have no right to bitch about the Big Brother feeds.
Exactly. I waste a lot of money on a lot worse things.
And that everybody who listens to us either is a feed watcher or they just don't have time for feeds at all. And they will never and have never subscribed, and they're like 9-to-5 workers and listen to us, and they're like commute, and we kind of keep them abreast of all the other stuff. So yeah, I feel like this information. Yeah, I feel like your Periscope watchers are really stupid.
Telling you, man, a lot of the Periscope watchers are TV only, and I'm trying to get them converted.
Yeah, but a lot of us don't even. You've told me a lot of them don't even know what the Big Brother Gossip Show is, and I'm like, why are they following you? I don't understand how you have all these followers. Yeah, no, I discovered this week. I have and they're like, what's the Big Brother Gossip Show? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I had to school a bunch of people. I'm like, okay.
And welcome to all of you.
Yes, welcome to our new listeners.
And and it's for free on iTunes. It's okay.
Yes.
You can listen.
For free on iTunes, but if you want to help us out, patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. And if you contribute $3 per week, you get access to Day Drinking with Scott and Colette, which is like the hottest new show all around the world. Colette and I
love when you say that.
We get drunk every Wednesday and talk about the shows that we're watching.
It's a really good show. We talk about Bravo stuff. We talk about the Real Housewives. In the fall, we might be venturing into new territory. We've got new Discovery shows and Survivor, and anything. Shut up, Mike. Anything is on the table. But right now, we are talking about the Real Housewives and what else? Yeah,
Below Deck in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Below Deck, and also we do a lot of fun segments about what to watch, and we keep you up to date about what new shows, what new movies are coming on.
And podcasts.
Podcast, yeah, we do. We each do podcast pick of the weeks. We do it on a variety of topics.
And sometime this week, the La La Rap will appear to those who qualify for that.
That's right.
My ringtone. I want to copy that, by the way.
Oh yeah, you'll get one. You'll get one. All
Maybe
right.
I'll do that. I'll give that to because I was gonna say I would give it to my mom, but my ringtone for my mom is the song "Mother" from Danzig.
Yes,
which is perfect.
So, before we do this, because I know Scott's ready to wrap the whole thing up. Paulie is getting evicted. 99% sure.
Yes.
Something really weird happens. He may have the return trip. We don't know. By the way, something that came back into us during the show earlier. Yeah, the whole Sunday whatever show. The person that sent it to us originally, that was a Saturday Rush thing. So we don't know what's going on.
Okay.
The Sunday
so
show is
still
also
don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Friday's show.
Please don't. We don't work for CBS, so
no,
just be patient. The news will come out eventually. We don't have an inside scoop as to what's going to happen.
We'll know next Saturday what happened on Friday.
Yes.
For sure.
All that matters is that Polly's going home. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
He is. Yes.
And so, yeah, I think that's it. Oh,
Yes,
somebody asked in the chat, will we be covering it in the fall? Yes, we will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will be. Okay, let's get out of here because our Mixlr account is about to close down. So, Mike, you go first.
Yes. Just follow me at BBGOSSIP on Twitter. Go to BigBrotherGossip.com or BigBrotherPodcast.com to sign up, and also ColetteLala.com to sign up for the live feeds. If you haven't for some reason, go to Patreon. Leave us feedback on iTunes too, please. We want to bounce up high in the charts. We want to keep bouncing up.
Yes, we made number 6 last week.
There we go. We love it when we're up there on the iTunes. That's it. Thank you for listening, everybody. Appreciate it.
Ms. Colette.
You can follow me on Twitter at ColetteLala, ColetteLala, where I talk about masturbation, amongst a lot of other things. And on Instagram, same name. And guys, I hope you don't end the show right here, because I keep telling you, if you send me an Instagram request, you need to send me a Facebook or Twitter message to let me know that you exist. I've got like 200 requests of people that I don't know who the fuck they are. Just tweet me real quick. Just be like, hey, I'm Joe Schmo on Instagram. I will go accept you. Easy as that. If you have any Amazon shopping to do, go to ColetteLala.com. There are Amazon links on the right-hand side of the page. On Facebook, I do crazy, weird beauty and health experiments. You can follow them all there. Facebook.com/Colette.Lala.
All right, and you can find me at Big Brother Gossip on Twitter, BIGBROTHRGOSSIP. Yep, there's an E missing. Don't forget our Facebook page, Big Brother Gossip Show, and of course, patreon.com/Big Brother Gossip. Also, for my other little music show, scotthudson.blogspot.com. And I think we are finally out of here. Goodbye.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Love you all. Love you all. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Fuck you.